Hello and welcome to the International 2014 European qualifiers. We're starting day number 2 here. Looking forward to it. I'm What a Sip. With me is Mott. For the whole day, we'll be bringing you some hopefully wonderful English coverage of a couple of these games. We've got an important one to start it off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's Coast versus it's not MIM, excuse me, PR. So, I mean, some really solid Dota going to come out from both these sides. But the big storyline is Coast, they're doing okay. I believe they have 2 losses right now in the group stages. PR, they're also kind of iffy right now. A lot of them thought they'd be the underdogs coming in, and obviously they might have a really strong showing. But for both of these squads, they're looking to make it to the playoffs, which, well, that ends today. If you can make it, you're going to have to maybe go through tiebreakers. You're going to have to really have a good run here in the next couple of games. But, yeah, it should be good, Greg. It should be a lot of fun to watch these 4 games coming up here.
I'm looking forward to this game in particular. Coast, we saw them yesterday, and I would sort of categorize them. Their early mechanical skill is okay. Their landing phase is okay.
Yeah.
But their movement and mid-game decision-making is really excellent.
I'd agree with that.
So we really saw them outmaneuver a couple teams. We'll see how they do against Power Rangers. Like you said, Coast 4-2, Power Rangers 3-3. And you know, looking forward here at the rest of the matches that Power Rangers still have to play, they have Rocks, Aware, and Coast for today. So they really need to win this game to have a chance, I think, at the tiebreakers or playoffs.
Yeah, this is where it gets kind of dicey. And we've seen many good teams go down to just rough losses on the second day. You think about Scythe, what they had going for them in the SEA qualifiers. You could even argue Zephyr was kind of close up there to a certain extent. Some American teams not making it as well. Like, obviously, the tiebreakers that came down to an E-Hug couldn't get in there. So it's going to be a rough day for some teams, and it's going to be a glorious day for other teams. We're going to jump right into the draft. We're already underway. Power Rangers versus Team Coast Gaming. We've already had a decent amount of Dota action today with, of course, the Mars TV tournament, but we're back in the TI4 qualifiers, the big deal, the big one, as everyone calls it, the big tournament, which is up to, I believe, 6.5, I think, prize pool in terms of the money.
I think it's around 6.6 now.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. I mean, obviously, thanks to everybody who buys a compendium. You guys are really supporting Dota, obviously, and we're just here to bring it to you. And we've been looking at the money and the compendium and the prize pool we've been looking at it like every day, man. We've just been like, holy
and it just keeps going up.
Yeah, you think it would like taper off?
Going up.
Like, I mean, after the stretch goals,
slowed down.
Yes.
But it's still going up like a couple $100,000 every day.
It's going to hit $7 million.
It's unbelievable.
Easily by the end, I think, of these qualifiers.
We're only we're about 125,000 away from the Daily Hero Challenge and 500,000 away from Alternate Voice for a new hero. So, a hero.
Thank you so much, guys, for obviously being a part of this tournament. I mean, obviously, for those of you making it to the event, we'll see you all there. But, of course, these games are really important for these teams. And Team Coast, a team that nobody would give a chance probably maybe a couple months ago, but now they're looking very strong. Power Rangers is a team that's been around for so long, and I remember back in their infancy and just kind of watching this team and thinking, like, I don't know if they're going to be able to compete at a top level. And then you've got these big names on their team. You've got Scannel up here. You've got FNG, Cheshire Cat. I just think they're so very versatile. They've got a great lineup. If they play their game, they could absolutely take games off of teams like, well, Team Coast and even Mountain Sports to a certain extent.
Yeah, and I'm going to be interested to see here what we see out of Coast, what kind of play style they're going to be going for. They've grabbed the Bat Rider as well as the Treant. So 2 heroes that we have seen a ton of, and, you know, a lot of people just don't think it's worth it at all to give away that Bat Rider. That hero is just outrageously strong at all points in the game. As soon as you get a Blink Dagger, he's strong. As soon as you get a Force Staff, he gets even stronger, and there are just a lot of players that refuse to let that through the draft.
Well, think about it. When the Bat Rider is going to get a Blink Dagger whether or not you shut him down. He's just going to make his way to the jungle, and if you put too much pressure on him, then you're letting the other lanes win. So he's going to give a Blink Dagger one way or another. So he's so very versatile. He's the king of the Roshan pit. He can get so many pickoffs. Yes, a Force Staff is almost required for that hero just to make him even better, but a Blink Initiation early on in the game gets you an almost free kill, it feels like. So Team Coast pick up this really powerful hero early on. We'll see if Sullen or maybe Frigolit plays it. Ease Skills is their mid. I don't think he'll be playing it this time around. 8-Mother's their carry. Power Rangers are going to pick up a Viper, so they're going to stop any sort of early game pressure here. Shadow Demon Murano combo coming up for Power Rangers. Something that I've seen some teams kind of say, okay, that's a good combo, but let's go for something else. Let's say the Treant's a bit better than getting that Shadow Demon. Let's go for that instead. So those are the options, essentially, when you think about the draft. The Viper pickup, I'm not too... It's okay. I don't mind it here. It's pretty good against Strain Protector. It's pretty good against Bat Rider. It's good against early game aggression, but I don't know. I don't know if they needed to pick it this early on.
Yeah, and I'm just taking a look here through previous drafts of Coast, and it seems like they value the Treant extremely highly on Steph style, picking it up almost every single game.
Yeah.
So it seems like that hero pops up a lot. We also see a fair amount of Tidehunter for Sullen, and
that's true.
We'll see where everything progresses from here, as he has picked up the Batrider for himself this game. I think that is a huge advantage for Coast right out of the gate. I mean, that hero is just ridiculous.
Yeah, they're probably not going to go for the Tide either, because they have the Batrider this game, and they'll send him in the offlane for Solon.
Yep.
So it'll probably be Solon and the Batrider instead. Treant Protector can help him out. They like to do this thing where they do a 2-1-2 early on and have the Treant Protector help out their offlane and then roam from there and see if they can get a kill or something like that. They pick up a Weaver as well for Ape Mother, which I think he's played before. He's done a fairly decent job of it. The last couple of games we saw last night, he did really well in his own right. He played a Doom, which was sound against Virtus Pro. Power Rangers go for Disruptor, a huge counter to Batrider. Glimpse is going to be so very nice to have. And they also have the Shadow Demon as well against the Batrider. So the fact that Power Rangers let the Batrider through means they're ready for him. And you can see that with the draft. But a Baton now picked up here for Team Coast Gaming. A Photic Shield so very good up against the Arrow. Baden Weaver Treant Protector, that used to be kind of the core that we saw from old Quantic Gaming, I'd say. And I think it's solid. It's solid. The fact that they have the Abaddon right now is actually kind of interesting because they don't have too much lockdown. That's kind of the problem. You look at a Weaver Treant Protector and an Abaddon, where are you getting that lockdown from? You have Batrider to Lasso, but he requires level 6 for that, and Blink Dagger to Force Staff, so yeah.
I can definitely get behind that. That's one thing that Coast are lacking at this point. Well, it looks like they only have their mid hero left here, and we'll have to see where they decide to go with this. I would like to see a tempo controller, maybe someone with a good stun or a good disable.
Maybe like Storm might be good here.
Storm could be pretty good. Storm's okay against most of these heroes as well. A lot of people say that Disruptor counters Storm, but not really, because you can just wait until he uses Static Storm and then you just go in.
Yeah.
You just basically wait. And after Orchid, you're generally picking up a BKB anyway.
Yeah.
And that's usually, if everything is going okay, that's around 22 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So I really don't have a problem with picking Storm into Disruptor. Dragonite banned out here. That's a really smart ban.
The thing is, though, I'm concerned about the matchup between the Viper, because he's more than likely going to get sent mid. And whatever matchup, I mean, he's just so dominant in lane. He will win his lane 9 times out of 10. There's very few heroes that do really well against Viper. One thing, and I've talked about this with Baseskip, is if you have creep waves if you have creep wave clearing ability with your mid hero, that kind of sort of shuts down a Viper, because then he can't get rune control. He's sitting behind his tower. He's not getting as much as you would like in terms of the damage and harass and Genki potential.
Yeah, if you can clear out the creep wave, then he can't walk up and right click.
Yeah, but it's weird because I feel like we've seen more like safe lane and side lane Vipers than anything else these past couple of weeks. Like, we rarely see a Viper played in the mid lane anymore, so I'm not sure if that's the case for Power Rangers. They might even do something like a aggressive tri lane with the Shadow Demon Rana Disruptor, do like a Viper solo safe lane, and then pick up another hero on top of that to send mid. They've got a lot of options here. Team Coast Gaming, they already have their tri lane pretty much set up. They have their Batrider. They need to grab a mid. Power Rangers will go for the Brewmaster. That might be the mid hero. It could also be a side laner as well.
I think most likely we've been seeing this Brewmaster in the mid lane in the Western scene.
Yeah.
A little bit different than what we've been seeing in China, although this morning, pretty sure that was a mid Brewmaster. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it was mid.
It seems like it was forever ago, but
yeah, it does.
This morning, I don't know, what time did that start? 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This not too long ago. Are you talking about the game between DK and Newbie?
Yeah.
There was a Brewmaster in that game.
Maybe there wasn't.
I don't even remember.
I think there was. I don't know. I'm so screwed up right now.
Guys, listen, we do apologize.
What day of the week is it even?
Our sleep schedules are so screwed up that sometimes we can't really remember half the things that happen in the day. So we're going to try to get it going for you here. We're going to get excited as we jump into the last pick here for Team Coast Gaming. And we'll see what they want to go for. It's going to be a mid more likely than not, probably facing up against a Brewmaster like you talked about, side lane Viper, and probably in that solo situation. And then they'll have to deal with maybe an aggro tri-lane from Power Rangers. We'll wait and see, though. It could also be dual lanes for Power Rangers. You know, Mirana Shadow Demon and then Viper Disruptor might not be bad. I think that's pretty solid. And 50 seconds for
I
Coast
think
Gaming
this
here.
might be aggro try from Power Rangers, which is solo safe Viper.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
I can't really imagine them doing it anyway.
The thing is, though, like going into an Abaddon Weaver Treant Protector tri
annoying.
it's kind of like difficult.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you're gonna hit an arrow, but guess what? Abaddon's just gonna Phonic Shield it
nothing
off.
is gonna happen.
Like,
you're gonna hit him with an arrow and just nothing.
the damage is there early on, but I'm not sure if it's really gonna be enough. So we'll see. 24 seconds left in reserve time right now for Team Coast Gaming. What are they gonna pick up here? They're taking their time.
Yeah, they're taking a lot of time on this last pick, and it's an important one for them. You need to be careful not pick something too greedy, because then you really need to find some time to compensate for this Weaver. You need to be able to use the Bat Rider effectively, so you need someone who can do some solid damage to kill. And OD, this is a hero that I was like, I don't know if they can actually get away with this. They have the Weaver. The other thing is this can make their lanes a little bit awkward because there is a Viper already on their team, and Scandal immediately picks that up. So it looks like it probably will be a mid Viper to go up against this Outworld Devourer.
Cheshire Cat plays mid as well, so I don't know. I'm not ready to commit yet, but
all right, fair enough.
We'll see. I'm not trying to
I'm not
trying to shit on you. Like, Greg, goddammit, you're wrong.
Fuck you, Greg.
No, that's not what's happening. I don't know. I've seen Cheshire Cat in a number of roles, so. Team Coast, though, this is a solid pick. Yeah, you mentioned that there is that Viper, and he's going to be difficult to deal with, but this pretty much just destroys a Brewmaster, so they might have to lane this with Scandal mid on the Viper, and that makes the most sense to me, I guess. So, Team Coast Gaming going for a bit of an interesting last pick here, but the thing is, like, there's not... I mean, besides the Disruptor and Shadow Demon, the intelligence isn't really there for Scandal Moon or for Cheshire Cat, so Sandy's Eclipse is going to get a lot of bang for your buck. They'll be in an okay position. We will jump into a pause. I do want to remind everybody that right now Power Rangers are 3-3. If they go down here, they'll be 3-4, and that might put them out of the running. So
that will make things difficult for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely.
And if Coast win here, they put themselves in a pretty solid position to almost not. I'm pretty sure. I would be confident saying almost no matter what.
Well, they've played all of their hard games. They've played all of their hard games. They have Aware left, and they have Next KZ left after this game. So
Next KZ has been okay.
Next KZ is good. They can certainly take a game off
Aware,
of them. Actually, Next KZ might be like the underdog.
Next KZ, we haven't seen them yet, but they're sitting quietly at 3-2.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of potential here for upsets, for craziness across the board. We may have another, 4 freaking team tiebreaker again, and that'll be exciting to watch, but we'll see if we can get there.
Yeah, well, let's take a quick look at the teams here. We are in a pause at the moment. It seems like we were waiting for someone from Coast. Solon appears to possibly be AFK, but taking a look here, Cheshire Cat, he's going to be kicking it on the Brewmaster. On the Marana, we're going to have a Moon, FNG on the Disruptor, GA4 on the Shadow Demon, and Scandal. He's going to be on the Viper. Look at that, very menacing.
Yeah.
Looks like a dinosaur.
Wonder what death was like. Here it is. Viper's like crazy, man. Yeah, it's not very good.
You have better voices than me, though. I can't do any of those.
I'm okay. I'm okay at Witch Doctor. Like, look at it go. A biggity big. Oh, yeah. So that's me, but everybody else is kind of like iffy. I got to give a shout out to Shiva as well, because without her doing Starlighter with me, it would be like Starlighter season 5 and 6. I probably wouldn't know the names to like Cheshire Cat and like Tame My Wild as well. So she's got the inside info in terms of the names. So I got to give a shout out to her. But for Team Coast, the mostly Scandinavian squad, we've got Frigo Lead on the Abaddon. We've got E Skills on the Outworld Devourer. 8 Mother on the Weaver. Steph Style on the Treant Protector. We're missing one more. That is going to be Solon, and he's going to be on that Bat Rider when he jumps into the game. So we are going to be in this pause here.
And it's on Fallon.
Uh-oh, you've lost.
We're in. We're good.
Thank God for, whatchamacallit. What's the word I'm looking for?
Showcase view.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, look at Bat Rider when he spawns. He looks really weird.
Yeah, he does look rather strange. What kind of bat is that?
Click on it. It's a fancy one, though.
Is that the dreaded Forge one?
Bertha the Mortabat.
And very few people
Bertha, what a great name for anything.
I hate that name.
Bertha. Big Bertha. That's great, dude.
Dreaded Forge Wing's the way to go, guys.
Alright, well, looks like we are underway here. Back in the game. So Team Coast, we'll see how they can do. I gotta say, I'm a little bit I'm gonna root for them a little bit here.
Yeah.
I really like seeing new teams on the scene.
Although Power Rangers, your objectivity. Dude.
Yeah, very non-biased at all, I swear.
Yeah.
And well, I really like seeing new teams come onto the scene here, and Not to say Power Rangers aren't new, but they've been around the block a few times, and people know what they're capable of, and
they've been around.
It's always fun to
they
see
certainly
new
have been
teams.
around. Yeah, I agree. And we saw like CIS. That team's kind of new to a certain extent, and they were fun to watch. So, and then like I don't know, NAR, new and also exciting and fun and
New and rejected.
yeah, they are in fact
What a great name.
rejected, but not really.
American
But
Rejects.
yeah, dual or rather defensive tri-lane coming out. No, it looks like they're going to go aggro tri-lane here on the side of Coast. They're actually just waiting. The Bat Rider's down here at this tier 1 tower in that bottom lane. Like you called out, it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane for Power Rangers. Solo, safe lane, Brewmaster this time around, and mid Viper here for Scandal. So the OD is going to have a bit of a rough matchup here.
It's okay. It's not that it's like rough. It's just Viper is capable of doing okay.
He's capable of not losing.
Yeah, he's
extraordinarily
capable of
hard.
not just getting absolutely destroyed,
Yeah.
which is not something that can be said for most laners up against OD. But I do like what Coast were doing here. They were wandering around their jungle with what PR probably expected the tri-lane to be there, and well,
Oh,
if
God.
they'd gone in for a warding journey, they would have seen that and assumed that it would have been a tri-lane there. But well, that's a double damage room.
that
from
is
Ron.
that is in fact a DD
This is going to be
room.
really hard for Solon to live through.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets caught out at all, which, I mean, is very easy for him to just get disrupted into an arrow, he will die. So, aggro tri-lane, Coast, they're going to leave their Bat Rider out to dry here. And he's going to have to make some damn good plays to survive this with Firefly somehow missing an arrow, which is almost not possible, as J4 is already setting up for the disruption on the backside.
Yeah, he's in position, ready to go, and fairly soon here, Power Rangers, they already know that they're facing up against just the Bat Rider, putting down another sentry, and there's just no Observer Wards over here if the Radiant only one is way over here and up here at this top rune spot, so these sentries going to be wasted, but that's okay.
This might be a long game, considering there's a Marana as well as a Weaver. Both of them require a decent bit of farm. You can even say the same thing about an Outworld Devourer. The only thing that might shorten this game is if Scandal goes crazy on this Viper and gets a couple of kills. Observer Ward now coming out of the Dire jungle here. That is for Power Rangers. So Cheshire Cat knows when any sort of aggression is coming. Solon doesn't have that same benefit. There is no Radiant Observer Ward. They might have even countered it here. I'm not sure if they placed one
There
down.
wasn't one.
Looks like they did not even place. They put him on the rune spot, and here in the this little hill area, I suppose, close to the rune spawn, but shouldn't give vision of the rune at all. So that's an interesting ward. I'm not sure why they put it there. Just to maybe see some rotations coming through. They
Yeah,
might.
I think they
that,
correctly realized that this was an aggro tri-lane, and
Rotations
normally
to
you
mid lane.
rotate through there. So
Yeah, rotate to the mid lane from that point. Yeah, I agree with you. That's actually smart. A smart ward placement. The thing is, though, they'll smoke there more likely than not. They'll smoke before they go for it, but they don't have one right now. They don't necessarily need it. Step style harassing out Cheshire Cat. Looks like he didn't use anything. It just his right clicks. But
yeah, Cheshire Cat's sort of in the same position as Sullen is in. It's a little bit more difficult for him to die, but it's very easy for him to get harassed down between Leech Seed, Weaver, and right clicks from that Tree and Protector, where this bottom lane isn't really a harass issue for Sullen. It's just if you go near the lane, you are dead.
Tree's going to pick up a haste room, but there's an observer ward here blocking out, well, giving them vision rather. They're going to Leech Seed. Scandal's going to take some right click damage, but he doesn't seem to really mind. Just get it back off and say, listen, that's fine. You can just do some damage and they'll turn around and harass you. So E-Skills is still actually taking a lot of damage here. I mean, the poison attack came through from Scandal. He doesn't have that much mana left. He's got enough for about one until that second Astral just wore off. But E-Skills needs to use that Astral Imprisonment very effectively. Otherwise, he's going to take a lot of poison attack damage. And even just Nether Toxin damage is kind of annoying. And he's already put 2 points
Wow,
into it.
that was a really aggressive move. Oh, he could have almost got the crow there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But this seems to be going okay for E-Skills. He has his bottle coming out now. It's a little bit late, but he did have a fairly lack of greedy build. What's the opposite of greedy, Mott?
Efficient value? I don't know.
I don't know. He bought a null
Safe?
talisman.
Safe
build. There it is. He bought a null talisman, and well, this is a much safer build, not just like branch, shared tango, and Cheshire Cat now.
He's
Gonna
like
get harassed
jungling.
by
He's
three
only
of it.
level 1. Solon is also... Actually, he's level 2, so... In terms of the offlanders, at least Solon has an extra level on Cheshire Cat right now. Cheshire can't jungle as effectively. So it's unfortunate, but Solon actually has to back off home. I don't know if he stacked anything here, and if he did, it's not going to matter. Power Rangers are going to make sure this jungle is completely free of just jungle camps in general. They'll take them down themselves, or they're just going to block them, or what have you. So, I mean, at this point now, it's going to be maybe a tough go of things for Solon. He's going to leech experience down bottom. Again, they can look for a kill. Might be difficult if he's in a really good spot, but we'll see. Scandal out of mana in the mid lane, so poison attack not even there. He has 2 stick charges, but it really is just going to be Ape Mother and it's going to be Ape Mother and Moon just pretty much free farming in their lanes.
eSkills has done a decent job of managing this lane. He's falling behind a little bit in CS, but nothing too major. And someone maybe is going to die here. There's the disruption. Instant arrow coming in as well, but there's a living armor helping him out. Frigolite comes over with the aphotic shield. They're going to turn this one around. Sullen taking damage from the Starstorm. Nice. There's a nice flame break. There's first blood for Sullen trying to make it out. Dies to the Mirana. Frigolite looks like he might fall as well. So 2 for 1, but they do get the first blood, but giving both those kills to Mirana, not a great trade.
That's her phase boots done, and he also skilled up flame break too, which means that he's not going to have sticky napalm.
Oh, Cheshire Cat, he found himself a little hidey hole, and
did he really though? Well, did he? It looks like he didn't. TP. Yeah, that's fine. He'll TP back to the tower. Nothing wasted there really, except for 135 gold, so not a big deal. Yeah, the first blood did go to the Bat Rider, but like I said, he used Flame Break. He skilled it up instead of going for points into Sticky Napalm and Firefly, which would have been really good for stacking and killing the jungle. They got a bit greedy. They overextended a little too far. They really wanted that kill instead of just letting it go and then backing off and keeping him alive and maybe getting a victory out of that in a small way. They give 2 kills to Moon, who now has his phase boots in level 6 for this Mirana. He's feeling very good right now. Moon is feeling very, very good.
Yeah, now eSkills, after getting rotated on, taking a lot of damage, but a living armor and body shield again. Maybe they look to turn this around. They do have Sanity's Eclipse available. Scandal taking a lot of damage. He is going to fall to that mist coil of Frigolite. Coast rotations have been really good.
Yeah, every single time I see them play, they have really solid rotations for Team Coast. Steph Style comes in, he throws up the Leech Seed, really great aphotic shield, making sure eSkills at least stays alive a bit longer. And then a great Sanity's Eclipse. When you have that big intelligence pool over that Viper, you're going to easily get that kill. So, nice play there. Ape Mother doesn't really necessarily need help in this top lane. You have Cheshire Cat, who still is level 3 right now, not too bad. Solon is starting to use his jungle a little bit more. He's level 4, might skill up Firefly next for Sticky Napalm. He's got his Tranquils at the very least, which is nice. Blink Dagger timing might not be too far off. What about for Cheshire Cat? He's got 600 gold. He'll probably go right into a Blink Dagger, I'd imagine. Sometimes you'll see pandas go for that early Arcane Boots. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Yeah, if he does, he's going to be ultra delayed on the Blink Dagger. It's not like there's another good Blink Initiator on this team, so I would have to agree with you. Probably going to go straight for that Blink Dagger. And, well, eSkills, it would have been nice for him to grab this kill to really take a commanding lead in this mid lane, get himself some extra gold to accelerate towards that Midas, but still he is doing just fine. He seems to have really taken control of this lane.
Cheshire Cat getting caught out. He has another TP, so they can't really gank him. I mean, he could just TP again if he wants to. He's going to do just that. Cheshire Cat says, I'm out of here.
Wow, look at the chunks of his
He took a lot of damage, and he TP'd to the tower. He actually has to walk home. That's unfortunate.
Scandal taking more damage in the mid lane, but does not look like they can get the kill. You need to be careful, obviously, when you dive a Viper. Sometimes he can just turn it around if you take a little bit too much damage, and Nether Toxin just blows you up instantly. So
this is an issue right now. Moon is getting absolute free farm. He's almost level 8. He's got 700 gold in the bank on top of 50 CS at 7 minutes in. His support duo has done so much for him this game, and you could argue that the same could be said for Team Coast, but right now, they're just the Mirana is ahead of Ape Mother just by a little bit here. Cheshire Cat is in the trees. He's got his Thunderclap, but no Blink to help out there.
1,000 gold advantage for the Mirana right now.
Yeah, it's pretty big actually. I mean, that first, well, not the first blood rather, but the double kill helped out so much. She got so much farm from that. And she'll probably end up building into either a Drum, an early Maelstrom, maybe even a Midas if you want to go for it. But
this is a manly OD, man.
Look at bottom. They're rotating through. J4 wants to maybe try to go for a gank here on Frigolite. Yeah, he's going to find a disruption. Is the arrow going to fly through? It's not going to connect. Frigolite able to get away. Now here we go. Firefly, the glimpse is going to go as well. Someone getting sent back. Frigolite getting low. Look at that damage from the Mirana. The right click is there. Moonlight Shadow, they have no detection. Stuff Style has to back off now. That was a bad engagement for Coast, and a really nice dive coming up for Power Rangers, securing that one kill.
Frigolite cannot eat a double Star Storm like that if he doesn't have level 6, and, well, he paid the price for it, ate the double Star Storm, and basically just died.
Yeah.
So maxed out with this huge level advantage on the Mirana. 2 levels in Arrow, 4 levels in Starstorm. This is the What Is Hip approved build. And dude, I was cringing watching the Chinese builds. It's like, 2 levels in leap and max arrow. I was like, oh, God.
And then they would not go Star Sword. They would max leap
Jesus.
afterwards, and you're just like, I don't know about that, guys. Listen.
I mean, it seems to work out for them, but they use arrow a lot differently than these Western teams. They leap right on them and just arrow them.
Well, it does the most damage. Actually, we saw that in the game with DK and Newbie, and it seemed to be very.
It seemed to work okay.
So.
Yeah. I can't complain about it too much, but it's just my personal preference.
Yeah. So right now, Ape Mother has caught up. He's 52 CS. He's going to TP down bottom. Looks like he's sick up top right now. As there's been a rotation, a smoke can't get. They just know, man. They know when the rotations are there. JR4 smoked up, and I don't know if it was under a ward, but it seemed like he knew.
Doesn't look like it.
He wanted the farm bottom, but it's more pushed out than it is in that top lane. So he just wants to be safe.
This could just be a. Glimpse back.
Yeah, that's.
He could.
Does he have time lapse?
He could time lapse back, but that's pretty.
That'd be
pretty
interesting.
greedy.
Like a glimpse into a time lapse. Damn, that'd be cool to watch.
Pretty greedy.
Yeah, but so far things are going well for both teams. The Mirana's getting a lot of farm. She'll transition into that late game carry maybe a bit earlier. Depends on if she goes for that Midas or not. She's got enough money for the recipe now. East Coast has done nicely. Go for it. Viper's got more CS, but only by 1. This lane is even for the most part. They got the kill though on Scandal, so I think that's the difference maker.
OD has 2,000 gold now, so
Midas.
Yeah, you
there
have
it
to
is.
go Midas. You need to go Midas on this hero. He benefits from it hugely. It's a little bit slow, but due to his item build, it's just a little bit slower progression starting out with that full null talisman. But
that's fine timing,
it seems,
I think.
yeah, it's still fine, and it seems to have given him a pretty solid advantage in this lane as he's managed it well. And he's had to bottle crow pretty consistently, but that's okay. That's what that courier's for. As far as your mid player is concerned, that's the only thing it's there for.
You need to know that you're going to be bottle crowing, and that's fine. So. He'll get his Midas up. He'll use it on a potential big creep here. It looks like no. Bat Rider's like, all right, well, that's fine. That's all you're getting. I want this.
That's it. Go away. These are my creeps.
Yeah, and if we look at Cheshire Cat, he's got 1,000 gold. So Solon's ahead by just a bit. Level 6 for the Brewmaster right now. Solon should be also level 6. In fact, he's 7. So again, the off-lanering battle. I guess you could say solo safe laning battle. It looks like Solon has won it, just barely though.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Bat Rider, and he's got a lot more utility in the laning stage compared to the Brewmaster. So honestly, not a surprise there. Brewmaster, most of his gold just from not dying, so
that's like yes. I've been alive for 12 minutes,
and I got
can get my blink dagger.
Oh, glimpse, kind of bizarre there. But E-Skills maybe going to take some damage here. He's got orb. He's actually looking to turn this around on Scandal. I'm not sure he actually can. Oh, but Ape Mother, he has rotated in. Do they want to dive the tower for this? I don't think it's worth it, and they don't either. E-Skills going to back up here. Maybe Frigolite will pop down a couple mist coils and heal him up.
Yeah, E-Skills was about just a little too far away from maybe even dropping either the Astral or the Sandy's Eclipse.
Yeah, another Astral, and I think you can go on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you only have one on the target, it's really not enough.
Yeah, they rotated Ape Mother as well. The fortunate thing for Ape Mother is he's got Shikuchi. He can just run back down.
He's actually going to go top. So. Try to turn this around here. They need some help initiating.
They've got no mobility here. They need like a 4-staff of Blink Dagger, and guess what? That's actually done for Solon now. He's got 2,200 gold in the bank. Solon has his Blink Dagger ready to go. There's some tower aggression coming up from FNG and Scale. Not the best tower pushing heroes, but they still can do work. And Viper has 1,300 gold in the bank, and he hasn't bought anything in a while. So this early mech is not going to be there for Scandal, whereas maybe you're going to see Blink Dagger. The OD has his Midas already. So the itemization not quite up and ready to go for Scandal. He'll get there in a bit, but right now they need it as this early game aggression might start coming from Coast here with the OD Ultimate, with the potential Blink Dagger initiation from the Bat Rider. They need to start finding ganks here for Team Coast.
Yeah, I agree. They need to use this Bat Rider Blink right now. There's no reason to wait. E-Skills coming back up here. Needs to use this Midas as well. There we go. And, well, we'll see if Solon is able to make something happen. Ape Mother continuing to farm here. Cheshire Cat does have that value point in Drunken Haze to make things a bit easier for himself in that bottom lane where he is sort of heavily disadvantaged, but Moon, he's getting dragged back. A nice disruption. They're going to have a leap as well. Oh, a little bit of a weird leap there. Overgrowth coming out. Down goes the Sanity's Eclipse. Moon taking a lot of damage. Is going to fall in the end to the Bat Rider. The primal split, though, from Cheshire Cat and Backo Staff style. He is going down.
Yeah, but that's worth it. As long as they don't re-engage here. Are they going to go on this? Up in the air. That's going to be the OD right now. Solon looking to go back in here. There's no Sanities coming through. The Weaver doing some work there. Gets the kill on J4 in the backside. Now Cheshire Cat getting body blocked, taking a lot of damage. There's the Drunken Haze. That'll help out for a bit, but here comes the OD. The Arcane Orb doing work. Cheshire Cat. He's going to fall. Solon gets the kill on that Bat Rider. Oh, boy.
Whew. Casual Treads now picked up at the shop for E-Skills, and he is pleased as can be. Most likely going to be building towards the 4-staff next. They desperately need that initiation, and TP coming into the top lane. It is the Mirana. Needs to be really careful here, yeah.
And she will push them back. They don't want to stay. They don't.
They don't want to dive the
Well,
tower.
at least the Odie doesn't have his ultimate, and he
Viper
probably
can come up there. And
yeah, Viper can rotate through like you talked about. Even without Primal Split, there's now Static Storm available for the Disruptor after that last engagement. So nicely done there. The Brewmaster gets put back even further away from his Blink Dagger. 1,600 gold in the bank. He is struggling just to get there at about 14 minutes. And when he gets it, though, they can start turning things around. That'll be very important timing. 8 Mother going straight into a BKB. Might be a Lincoln Sphere coming out from Mirana. She has an Ultimate Orb, which means more likely than not it will be that Lincoln Sphere. As usually you see the Yasha first if you're going for a Manta style.
Yeah, absolutely. Does also have this Band of Elven skin, but that's just giving her a little bit of extra damage, and she will probably eventually build that into a Yasha, one of the more popular items on the hero, with good reason. Gives you a lot of things that are valuable with the attack speed and the damage, so movement speed's pretty good in Mirana as well. But now Sullen looking to maybe make an initiation here. Does have Lasso, canceled TP though, and it looks like they are not going to pursue this any further. E-skills in the mid lane, continuing to farm up, and you know, this is the kind of game where you just see an OD start going ham. When he's had about 15 minutes to just do whatever he wants, get farm, not die. His CS is not great, but being involved in 4 kills sort of makes up for that, and, well, pretty soon here, this OD might become too much to handle for PR.
He's got his level 2 ultimate. The thing is, if he had his level 2 ultimate and a 4 staff, it'd be huge. That's just too much to deal with.
His staff's close. I mean, he's 500 away.
The staff of Wizardry will come out. That'll be really nice timing. They're going to roam, though, for Power Rangers. Smart. They're going to try to maybe find a kill.
They know they need to kill this OD like
look at where Frigolite is. He's got a Photic Shield at the ready. And even if this Abaddon's severely under level, he's level 4.
He is, jeez.
Like, he still is useful with the Photic Shield just because of how good that ability is. But that's the only thing he really is providing. So they're going to try to go. There is a glimpse available. Will they use it? And they're trying to find vision first and foremost. Man, I'm surprised FNG did not glimpse right there.
Well, he would have had to do it here, and I think it only would have ended up being like right here, so maybe it's not worth it.
Yeah, maybe not.
He needed vision when he was up here, and then it would have been a really good one.
Top lane, Solon's Fireflied up right now. We'll see if he tries to find an engagement.
Moon jumped. He knows.
And leap away. That Blink Dagger now is done for the Brewmaster 15 minutes. When
looks like
you think about it,
first.
Oh, is he? He's gonna go for the Manta style. I guess I'm wrong there. But when you think about it for Cheshire Cat, that Blink Dagger timing not that bad at 15 minutes.
Considering what he has gone through, that was not bad at all. And Frigolite now just sapping XP in this mid lane. I think that's totally fine. You really do want to get those levels up. You really need to get to level 6 so he doesn't just die to double Star Storm. And continuing forward here, 8 Mother is farming pretty well for himself. This Courier is taking the long route around.
Smith line around it. So his BKB is 1,300 from being done, which is really solid timing for Weaver's BK. It's pretty much the same as the Lincoln Sphere, maybe a bit less money for that item, but BKB is huge this game. Yeah, Viper Strike would be nice to have Lincoln Sphere for that, and he might even go for Lincoln Sphere a bit later, but everything else, Glimpse is going to get stopped by BKB, everything from Primal Split, Arrow, it doesn't make sense.
A lot of heroes coming bottom, though.
Oh, God. He's got
5 heroes crashing in for Power Rangers. They're knocking on the front door.
They're ready to go, man.
He threw the bugs out, wants to know exactly what's going on here. He knows something's happening, and, well, now he sees the entire team here. FNG not going to find him. Good positioning again by 8 Mother. It seems like Coast gets away with these little cheeky plays like hiding here. They did that play the other day where they stood on the high ground and re-engaged. And that seems to be working really well for them. Cannot complain.
Yeah, it works against Power Rangers. I don't know if it's going to work against anybody else, but we'll see. Power Rangers right now, they want this tower, but they have Primal Split, they have the Blink Dagger. 8 Mother is going to get Thunderstruck. He has right now a Sentry Ward on the ground. At least FNG has placed one there. Astral's going to come through on Cheshire Cat. He's got enough for a Blink.
He gets another one on him?
He has enough for a Blink and a Split. He has not enough for a Blink, Split, and Clap because of that Astral.
Yeah,
that's
if he gets
huge,
another
actually.
Astral on him, he's not even going to be able to split. And I think that's what E-Skills is going for. No, he puts out a different hero, but he's just positioning himself here for a huge Sanity's Eclipse.
He's got a lot of intelligence. It's level 2 like I talked about. If they fight here, this could be disastrous for PR depending on who gets the jump. If they catch out, again, like you talked about that Astral up on Cheshire Cat, he's out of mana to use his split at all. So they need to be very careful. And this Bat Rider can TP down bottom as well. He's trying to split push. He's trying to make sure that there's room, that this tower's taking damage right now. They're pinging on it right now. It looks like maybe they'll back off for Power Rangers.
This does not look like a good idea for Power Rangers.
They're going to jump in. Blink. There's going to be the Primal Split as well. Now, nice Astral. Self-Astral going. 8 Mother. Well, he's going in. There's the Static Storm on 8 Mother, but FNG taking damage now. E-Skill's about to fall. And Will. Is he going to buy back? Absolutely. He wants to be a part of this fight. 8 Mother going to time lapse. He's still alive. He's still in the trees. Now, Sanity's drops. It's only going to be on to one. Now, Scandal doing work at the backside. Blink back in for Cheshire Cat. Everybody getting low. Where is Solon? He's not at this fight. Arrow connects on Step Style. Solon gets the tower top. 8th Mother getting chased down. There's the borrowed time. I think you've got to back off if you're Coast. You've already used your Sanity's Eclipse. The hammer has been dropped. And it looks like they still want to stay anyways. They're going to take some tower damage, but I guess someone accomplished his mission top.
Yeah, weird. A little bit of a weird decision made there by Coast, but honestly, it mostly works out for them in the end. They only lose a couple of heroes.
He lost E-Skills. I think that was it. He bought back.
Actually, Batrider killed Disruptor in the top lane.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
So that's an even trade. I mean, E-Skills buys back, but that's not a huge cost at this level. It's
Are you
about
sure
600.
that wasn't from before?
No, man, because look, it was after OD bought back.
That's true. That's a good point. All right, I'm not paying attention as much as Greg is right now, so I do apologize. But that's.
I mean, that makes that pretty okay. They get a tower. E-Skills buys back,
Yeah.
but what does he really lose from that? Not that much. A couple hundred gold. He still almost got his 4 staff. It's a couple minutes late, but
Yeah, had he got like like
if he had gotten a kill there, that would have
been so
huge.
worth it. But I understand why he bought back, but that Sanity's Eclipse needed to be on point. I feel like I'm pretty sure
he kind of put himself in a weird position by putting himself out. I'm not really sure why he did that.
I'm pretty sure Cheshire Cat was able to blink away before he dropped the Sanity's Eclipse, which means that that amount of damage that you could have hit on Cheshire Cat isn't there, and that blink was there, so it's a bit unfortunate. There's the Aghanim Scepter coming out for the Viper
mech,
now.
though, for the Viper.
Yeah, he actually just decides to not get it at all, which is interesting. I don't know if anyone else is building it right now. It seems like no.
First on Murata.
I don't mind it. It could be worse.
I don't like it. I think
Gives you
Mjolnir is just
some
much
tankiness.
better.
Soul and Lasso, mid lane, Cheshire Cat caught out of position. Is this enough? He's got no split, the Overgrowth as well. Dead Panda. That Brewmaster is dead as hell.
Yeah, and this is something we've seen Coast do a lot, is they're willing to drop a couple of those big ultimates to kill one hero like that, and they don't really have a problem doing so. So Scandal coming down towards this bottom lane, but not sure what he thinks he's going to get done here. Drops the Viper Strike out on E-Skills. It takes a little bit of damage, but not too much. And, you know, honestly, I think he's just barking up the wrong tree right now. He needs some help, and that's going to be in the form of FNG. Drops out another Viper Strike, and
He's got living armor and he's got the Astral as well. He was actually healing. Now. Yeah, that's also really, really solid. 4 staff coming out. There's the BKB for 8 Mother. Maybe a bit delayed because he was staying down bottom for a while, but he's still feeling pretty fresh. Will he go for a damage item or into that Lincoln Sphere to stop that Viper Strike? I'm not sure. There are a couple of options. The thing with Viper Strike is it doesn't really matter because he's going to be Shikuchiing them most of the time anyways, and that doesn't really, like, slow is not going to matter there. And obviously the damage gets blocked throughout the BKB, so that's a solid... I don't think he's even going to go for the Lincoln Sphere. He'll probably just pick up a Desolator next, maybe an MKB if he's really feeling it.
Yeah, this is... not sure how I feel about Scandal rushing the Ags here. It is pretty good against OD, but the rest of the team doesn't really care about it. So, you have to imagine that mech would be pretty valuable against Sanity's Eclipse. And
yeah, I agree.
It seems like that they're just not interested in like, no one is building one, unless Disruptor is. Nope.
They're more about positioning away from the Sanity's Eclipse and kind of fighting around that. They're going to keep you mid. Oh boy. Scandal jumps in, the right click, Step Style, glimpse back in. There's the Static Storm, but it's only going to be on Step Style right now. He's taking a lot of damage. He might be the only casualty here. He will fall. The gold is going to be split. The Tier 1 tower did fall as well. No one denied it, and no one got the last hit either. The tower will fall to Coast. They'll get it. They'll defend their... Well, looks like they actually lost their Tier 1 tower down bottom for it, but a trade is a trade. And now the push coming in from Power Rangers.
E-Skills wants to get another Astral here. There it is. And now they're positioning for a fight. Someone going around the backside. There is a ward here. And a glimpse, but now FNG taking pressure. E-Skills gets Viper Strike, drops the Sanity's Eclipse, hits a lot of heroes, but Cheshire Cat splits. Solon gets blown up, but 8 Mother running through, gets the kill there. Is probably going to get J4 as well. Double kill for the Weaver, and now he's Shikuchiing. He wants another one who has time lapse as well, and he has got all the answers, it seems, and FNG gonna go down here, and now E-Skills has come back in. Moon is stuck in the trees. Oh my god, if they know he's here. They have bugs in 5 seconds. They know.
Oh,
they know.
Mother. Oh, they paused.
Oh, my 1-800 Merlin.
Where's Ben? Somebody get Ben.
Someone call Ben. Where is he?
He's casting, I think, sadly. But...
All right, well, Treant Protector DC'd, so that's why.
Oh, so not super tactical then. I guess we got excited for no reason. The Frankersies are coming out in chat, I'm sure, in 5 minutes' time. So, It's been a really good game so far, and it could go honestly either way. This fight might end up with Moon dying, and if that's the case, it's a 1-for-4 engagement.
I mean, he has MLS, but
dude, like that BKB coming out for 8 hours is so much work. Like he just ran it. He's like, I got this, guys, and then you talked about the time lapse came back, and he's like, I'm still alive. They've got nothing to deal with me right now.
Still here.
And he killed people, man. That's all you need to do on this Weaver. Like I love that BKB pickup. I just think like.
Oh my god, that is just the cutest thing.
All right, Solon, you've won.
Solon, you've won my heart. Oh my god.
All right, Trent's back in. We're getting ready to go. The fight is going to commence. Shout out to Dota Kyle, I suppose. Moon is gonna get potentially blown the fuck out. We'll see what happens.
Looks sketchy. The only person who has detection is Steph Style, so I guess you could MLS and sit here for a while. That wouldn't really do anything, though. He's just dead, I think.
I don't know. Maybe not. It depends on if Ape Mother uses the Swarm or not, and if he uses it, is he going to hit
2 seconds. If
they
know he's there.
Please.
Oh, no, they don't know. Oh, my God.
Well, Moon just dodged a bullet.
Well.
That's all right. 3-for-1 trade, still going for Coast. Luckily, Moon survives, and he had that Manta Style. I actually didn't have it in that fight. That's actually pretty funny to think. Actually, he might have just put it on the ground just to regen faster. That efficiency, though.
Efficiency. Safety first, efficiency second, boys.
After that fight, Ape Mother got like 1,500 gold from it. He has 2,000 right now, and that's pretty much his next item, at least the very start of it, in a nutshell. So Desolator, we'll see if he builds the Mythical Hammer.
He is farming up a Storm now, has the 4-staff done, that BKB already, and that's the toolkit that he really wants.
Yeah, I mean, it's Solon's done a great job. I mean, this guy, and we've seen it before on Tidehunter, if he gets shut down, he'll still find the farm regardless, so... that's a disconnect from Steph Style. Right. We're having some issues here. Team Coast, they're getting maybe the DDoS, so who knows.
They are having some technical issues. Well, apologies from Coast. And, you know, they are neither the first nor last team that will have disconnection issues.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's going to happen.
It happens.
Another, but
they are in Sweden, which, well, not all of them, but Steph Style's in Sweden. They've got some good internet over there.
They have really nice stuff in Sweden. Better than what we've got here.
Fancy internet. I was talking to Yuli the other day, and he sent me a screenshot of his internet, and I was...
What is it?
I was jealous. It was like 100.
I am pretty jealous about that. Yeah. That's actually
He was like, yeah, it's just like what everyone has. I'm like, you suck.
I'm sure that's like the standard package, too.
You suck, Yuli.
He doesn't have to like pay anything for that, I'm sure.
Shout out to Yuli. I think he's sleeping, though.
He was watching the newbie DK game earlier, which I enjoyed thoroughly. Fog's a fun guy to cast with, too, so...
Sorry, you're just replacing me with Fogged?
I didn't say anything, dude. I mean,
do you want to be replaced
by Fogged? I mean, we can arrange that.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a Yasha next for this Viper, and maybe moving into a Manta. I'm not sure. Questionable item choices, in my opinion, at least for PR. Not sure about this Aghanims rush. It's okay against OD. He's done an okay job with it in a couple of those fights. They've got Manta on Moon,
the thing is,
which is okay as well, but like there's a fair amount of AoE. Those illusions are just gonna die.
The thing is, every time we've seen a Viper, they've always gone mech first into the Aghanim Scepter.
And I guess that's something we always bitch about, so maybe I shouldn't complain.
No, but you were right about that earlier. Like if you drop a Sandy's Eclipse and you have a mech, that alleviates at least some of the pain. You're able to turn around and maybe get a decent fight going your way. But they also have to deal with Lasso, but they also have Glimpse and Disruption to take care of that. So. I mean, honestly, I think mech would have been the right choice here. You can go for Aghanims, that's fine too. I don't mind the pickup. You're going to get that item anyways on a Viper 99% of the time.
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to. It's like you picked Viper, you're buying an Axe.
All right, here's your skill build for Viper. Go mid or safe lane or any lane for that matter. Get a Wraithband, get Treads, maybe get a... That's it. Wraithband Treads into generally a mech and into an Aghanim Scepter. And after that, it's just whatever you want. He actually picked up a Blade of Alacrity, which might be the sign of it's probably going to be a bit of a right-click build. I don't think they're going to go for a Diffusal Blade. I don't know if that works with Photic Shield. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but...
it might, but I don't think that's good enough reason to buy Diffusal.
See, this is what we need. We need to not theory craft, because then chat's just like...
Chat will just start being like, you're an idiot.
Well,
sorry, chat. But,
we've
I mean, honestly, like... If the damage soak from a Photic Shield is not even that, it's like, it's good obviously, but the reason that a Photic Shield is good is not because of the damage soak, it's because as soon as you cast it, debuffs everything, so.
It's pretty great. Still in the pause. I do want to thank everybody for joining us, and we're here at the Beyond the Summit House. We really appreciate getting brought out
Sunny
here.
We haven't really seen the sun in the
yeah,
last
we
couple
haven't.
days.
I haven't seen the sun in a while.
It's been dark when we're awake.
We're on a weird schedule. Everyone's on a weird schedule. I'm like,
I woke up at like 7. I woke up today to Ben Merlini. He was like waking me up. He's like, "You want to go get food?" And I was like, "Not really." And then he came down again like a couple minutes later. He's like, "Are you sure?" And then I punched myself in the face. Literally punched myself in the face trying to like move off the couch.
and then you're like, no.
And then I was like, I definitely don't want to go get food. Just bring me back something. So that's how our day started today at about 8 p.m.
Well, the thing is, like, too, like when we went to bed, or at least when we left.
Yeah, I went to bed at like 1:30 p.m.
I mean, Cameron, Base Kip and Gods were still casting that Mars TV tournament. They were casting for such a long time. They come downstairs at like 2:30. I'm gone by that time already. Like me, Sid, and Sunsfan went back to the hotel. On the way back, Sin was like, my brain feels like it's like bleeding or something like that. It was, I don't know, it was a weird blanket statement. He clearly didn't look or feel very good, but we've all rested up. We've all gotten a couple of casts under our belt or obsing or what have you, and it's been a pleasure. We've gone through 3 qualifiers already. The 4th one is about to be almost finished up for the most part, and it feels like our time here is almost at an end, which is depressing to say now.
Sad.
Yeah.
We already lost Coddle Guy, and Monday will be the missing Conrad, and
Oh yeah. It's really just everybody's leaving essentially. So
yeah. All right, well, we're back on our way here, and
we'll get a little bit more excited now.
Coast is being super mannered. These guys are they're nice, man. I like them. He thanked his mom. It's just
Who
so
does that?
goddamn adorable.
Who does that?
I love it.
that. It's great.
8 Mother getting healed up here. Moon Mantas and gonna send that illusion into Scout. Sees 8 Mother there. FNG does have Static Storm available, but hopefully he doesn't use that against just the Weaver, as BKB pretty good against Static Storm at this point. And Steph Style's here as well. They might actually be looking to turn this around. Oh, Sentry dropped. They have the 6th sense and know that 8 Mother might be around. They find Steph Style as sort of a bonus. And now Coast need to be very careful. They're probably full retreat.
Oh my god.
He's going to try to bring down FNG. Is he going to get him? Oh my god, time lapse back. 8 Mother, this BKB is paying off in spades.
Man, that he there was only one option when you get Static Stormed up. He knew what he had to do.
You have to pop the BKB.
He pops the BKB and he's like, well, I might as well get a kill on him here. So he does, and then he backs away. Just easy gold coming out. Weaver picks up the Demon Edge. Is he going to go full swag and get that MKB? More likely than not. Moon in trouble. He's got Leap, but that is not where you want to go.
Enough,
maybe Moonlight Shadow. Overgrowth is going to come. Nice Manta Style out of it. There's the disruption. Going to stop any more aggression coming through from 8 Mother. That was really solid.
That was an impressive series of plays there by PR, doing
that
all
was
the right
really
things,
nice, yeah.
And manting out of that entangle. So
I think it was more so J4 being in the right position. Moon, he was caught up the leap. And
Scandal might get more than he bargained for. In comes Sullen, lassos him, dragging him back. E-Skills drops the Sanity Eclipse and blows up the Viper. Tower 10 HP. Looks like that is going to actually go down to the Catapult. And on the back end, another Astral coming out here.
Cheshire has plenty of mana this time. He's got Arcanes. He's going to blink away. He's not going to try to test his luck here against Team Coast. So, 25 minutes in, it feels like Coast are starting to get a little bit big here.
E-Skills. He's
got some gold. He's going to probably go for a Scythe.
He is wealthy, yeah. Scythe is unbelievable on this hero. 4 Scythe Astral. That's 2 people CC'd. And, well, that's someone who's ready and primed to eat a bunch of damage.
Look at what Moon has right now in terms of his itemization. He's going straight right-click, man. He's not going for that farming Maelstrom. He's not picking up a Midas. He's not going for a Lincoln Sphere. This guy wants a Manta. He wants a Chrysalis. He wants a Daedalus. He doesn't even care about that lightning coming out from Mjolnir, which is really solid. He doesn't even... I mean, he gets a little bit of attack speed. Actually, a decent amount from Manta style, but... I guess this build is fine, actually. It's good for split pushing.
Is it?
It's really good against, like you saw, the Overgrowth. It's good to get out of bad situations. You don't need a BKB
I still
necessarily.
think you probably need a Mjolnir.
He's going to need a BKB eventually, I think, against the OD. But
I think Mjolnir is just probably... I don't know. Chrysalis seems kind of underwhelming here. It's like,
well, he needs a Daedalus. He's going to turn that into a
critting.
Daedalus. I mean, eventually, I'd imagine. But
Yeah. All right, well... We'll see how it works out here. I'll reserve most of my judgment until a couple minutes in. We'll see the full effect of this build. The Manta already has proved itself to be useful, so maybe the Daedalus will.
I think at some point now you have to say we need to maybe possibly group up if we're Team Coast and look for a Tier 2 tower, especially mid and bottom, and just try to either get a pick off, get a tower, and then head to Roche, because Roshan's going to be very important. It always is in a Dota game, so... Roshan probably going to be one of the bigger objectives for them to take, and if they can get that Aegis, they probably have a clear shot at some high ground. For now, Solon will keep farming. He's working towards his BKB. He'll wait for that. Maybe that's going to be when they decide to go for their next fight. Cheshire Cat in the bottom lane. He's alone. I don't know if he's going to be able to pick off E-skills here, especially considering he can astral himself.
Yeah, he can just astral himself
I don't
and
know what
sit. And look at how much gold he's already manufactured for himself. He already bought the Mystic Staff. He's got 1,500 gold.
Yeah, the gang train dude.
And, well, E-skills seems to know what's going on here.
But
he doesn't know Cheshire Cat's standing right here, but he knows there's a rotation coming
right next
way.
door. Oh, God.
He sees Cheshire Cat. He's like, he's probably like, holy shit, there's Hero right next to me. And he is going to TP out, continue farming here in this mid lane, trying to get that Scythe device online. And that's going to be really great against the Mirana. Really great against the Disruptor, even the Viper.
The Brew, even.
It's going to be good against pretty much all of these heroes.
If you hex anybody before they get their abilities off, this is,
like,
again...
if he hexes Brew, if he forces in and gets a hex off on Brew,
it's going to be...
The fight is just over for PR,
I mean, like, that's the... And this is just Dota in general. If you hex a hero before they get their abilities off, they're probably going to die, and your team fight's going to be lackluster. I mean, it sounds dumb,
they
but
have Lasso,
easy,
too, so... I really like where this game is going for Team Coast.
Yeah, it's been... It's been a really solid game for Team Coast. They've had a couple of misplays here and there, but for the most part, they've played against solid Dota.
First time we take a look at the gold graph.
Wow,
huge advantage for Coast. Holy shit. 14,000 XP. That's a huge advantage.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot right there. So, yeah, they have a nice lead right now.
I think, honestly, it's on PR at this point to really make something happen. Like, Coast have to be happy with the way this game is going. They can just slowly farm up and get pickoffs with the Bat Rider and take that and just can slowly push towers, take Roshan when it's convenient. E-Skills is going to be a very lethal initiator here once he gets this Hex online. And they even have an MKB on their Weaver. Everything just seems to be going right for Coast. 8 Mother is 6-0-2. He has put on a clinic for us today. I'm
so glad. And Drunken Haze is so nice for that MKB. Like, it provides such value because the Mirana might eventually go for the Butterfly anyway. So it's just, when there's a Brewmaster in your game, yes, you would like a Desolator for armor reduction, for pushing down towers a bit quicker, for taking Roshan faster. But MKB is going to provide you that damage as well as the True Strike, which is so nice. The mini stun coming out there as well. The mini bash, rather, is what it's called. But yeah, I mean, Power Rangers, they've got 3 of the top 4. Mirana is still leading the way with a Chrysalis. She's actually got 3,000 gold to bank. Moon is going to be the hero that I think does everything here for Power Rangers. They need a good initiation. If Moon can get off some decent right clicks in his Manta style,
like, what happens if you get lassoed or hex? You just die and
you die,
and then
you hopefully have buyback. You hopefully have buyback, and you go from there. I don't think at this point, if they get caught in a bad fight, they just have to take it step by step right now. Just focus on what they can do now. What they can do is they can farm up Moon. They can try to contain and get map control. Is there a gem on either side? Yes, Solon has his early map control going the way of Coast. We've seen this more and more often. If you have the lead, and especially against a Mirana with Moonlight Shadow, try to go for that gem. Get some map control. Put it on your tanky hero like a Bat Rider. And all of a sudden, this jungle is now the product, or I guess it's in the ownership of Team Coast right now.
Yeah, and Power Rangers at this point are just renting space as Coast know exactly what's going on here. They even dropped down another Observer Ward. That's a little greedy. Is he going to drop the Sentry here and try to get a D Ward? No, does not look like it. And continuing forward, again, I think it just comes down to Power Rangers need to make something happen there. They've got a Brewmaster on their team. He does not scale very well past 40 minutes or so. And on the other side, we've got OD, Weaver, Bat Rider. All of those heroes are great at pretty much any point in the game. Tree does fall off, obviously, but all supports mostly fall off in the later parts.
Tree with Overgrowth is pretty solid.
Overgrowth is a pretty good ult to have. I mean, Shadow Demon does well in the late game. Disruptor, if he can get enough farm, does as well. So.
Agadams is really important for the
Disruptor. And the Hex is done. That's really scary for Power Rangers.
Yeah, Hex is going to be a big issue right now. Cheshire Cat's building one of his own, but he's nowhere near it. Agadams for the Disruptor, he's not even close to starting that. Blink, Lasso, Cheshire Cat, you might die. He's going to get Hex next if they don't have enough damage. They don't even need it. So they get the kill without the Hex coming out for E-Skills. Now they could go ahead and take this free Tier 2 tower. There might be a rotation. Daedalus is at least done for Power Rangers here on the Mirana. She does some work. If she survives long enough in these team fights...
Absolutely. If she survives, she's going to be wailing damage out here, and they do really need to prioritize killing her as soon as possible. She's a glass cannon.
She really is.
1,300 health.
The thing is like, if you had a mech, then you'd be able to maybe get away with that. If you had a BKB...
Mass TPs. There's the Hex on FNG. Are they going to actually go on this? No, it does not look like it.
I think he wanted to make sure he didn't get...
glimpsed.
Yeah, that's the exact thing that he wanted to make sure it didn't happen. Apparently, they're going to defend. They're not going to get this 2/2 tower, which I thought might have been free. But 8 Mother is going to give...
They already forced a bunch of TPs, though.
They gave 8 Mother more room, who's going for a Butterfly next. He's got the Quarterstaff already, so...
I like the Sidon choice.
He's really... Like, his effective HP is going to be really up there, so...
Through to roof, as they say.
Yeah, it's going to be super nice.
Scandal has gone for this Yasha. We'll see. It looks like probably going to be a Manta for him as well. And I guess getting out of Overgrowth is pretty good, but I don't really see a whole lot of utility beyond that. So, meh. It's that item choice does not overwhelm me with the Mantas, because I mean it gets you out of Overgrowth, but that's all it really does. There's Sandy's Eclipse; those illusions are just gone. Firefly; those illusions are just gone. So
I just don't know why he goes Yasha when you next. It's too late at this point.
Yeah, it's too late now, but I think a mech would have been a worthy.
Maybe they wanted Disruptor to get it.
What has this Ags really done for Scandal? Nothing.
Not much. I mean, but again, if you're picking a Viper, that's what you have to go for.
Oh my God! They just smoked right next to the Treant. That is just the worst shit ever when that happens. And great positioning by Steph Style. They immediately drop the Sentry, but he blinks out, and man, that's why this hero is just so powerful.
Yeah, that is the definition of unfortunate.
That's pretty
sad.
You're
like, oh, we are going to get a kill. No? Well, there's a guy there.
Our smoke is dispelled. Treant is
That's when you're like raging in all chat, or not even all chat, raging in your team chat at your VoIP. You're just like, why? Why didn't we back up to the tower? We could have been fine. Either way, the Treant was nature's guys. There's a Hex on bottom. Moon getting caught out. They're going to throw up the Sandy's Eclipse. E-skills. He gets the kill.
He was there a second ago, and I clicked down there, and he was gone.
Now he was a pig. That's the thing is I had actually had the Marana on my selected unit, and I saw her turn into a pig, and I realized very quickly.
You're like, oh, there's a she's a pig, boys.
She's dead. So she is gonna go down. She's down for 44 seconds, and that just shows how much damage is Sandy's Eclipse. The right click V skills, and obviously
he is massively farmed at this point. You have a little bit of choices now for E skills. You can go for BKB. I would not be surprised if that was his choice. He already has a huge in item with the Scythe. The other option, you could get a little bit greedy and go for Shivas. It's okay. I mean, it's pretty good against this lineup. So I think that's probably a fine choice as well. But BKB, most definitely the conservative option at this point. And with the amount of int he already has, I'm not sure you need to go right for that Shivas. But the eventual build-up, most likely Shiva's Guard and then just Refresher.
That sounds right. I mean, you can go a couple of other items if you're feeling.
I think that's probably the best build, the most optimal build.
At this point,
most games.
I don't know if there's really anything Power Rangers could do. They need a really good initiation from the Brewmaster. They need a huge Static Storm, and then they need to have the Mirana stay alive long enough to throw out her ridiculously large right-click damage. So, 8 Mother's been playing split push Dota in that top lane. He's working on his tier 2 tower. In fact, he's almost got it. And because of this, they're able to kind of pressure bottom and keep everyone around bottom rather than having everybody focus on top. So it's really well played. They can bring 8 Mother down. He can TP there. After he's done with his tower, he can even stay up here for a bit longer. There is a Viper here. Even if he uses his Aghanim set for Viper Strike, he can't get this kill at all.
He's just going to Shikuchi and leave. Oh, well, that's
unfortunate.
Well, Manta's pretty good when you force a lance out on an illusion.
Yeah, he baited that really well. That's nice. But 8 Mother's still going to get this tier 2 tower for free, essentially.
Down bottom, down goes the Shadow Demon. He gets caught next to Steph Style as well as E-Skills. Caught the tail end of that one, put out Glimpse back, and they're going to actually try to kill E-Skills right now, but he pops the BKB. Moon's doing a lot of damage. They need to bring him down. It looks like he is going to be brought down here. He's scythed up, and he is going to run away, and E-Skills looking to go to work on these supports. It's only going to take 1 or 2 hits to kill them, and that was a little awkward there for Coast. It looks like in the end he is going to go down. Glimpse back yet again. Moon makes it out of here, but
I think he used his Moonlight Shadow and they didn't have detection, which is why they stopped hitting him. That's the only reason I could think of. They turned their attention to somebody else right afterwards. It's a bit unfortunate. If they had gotten that kill, that would have been a free Roche for sure. Well, maybe not. The tier 2 tower is taking pressure right now. They have to push this out. Then they could go for Roshan, excuse me. And the problem is 8 Mother's just still not being dealt with. His full butterfly is going to come very soon.
I think that's just the story of this game. PR have not really dealt with any of the threats that Coast are putting forth here. And, a huge threat, this OD, he's only died once. They didn't even really try to gank him that much. He kind of just sat in the mid lane, farmed up. He had a little bit of trouble against the Viper, but you can't just put a Viper in the lane against OD and be like, well, don't have to worry about that lane anymore, because E-Skills did fine. I mean, he didn't stomp the lane, but he most certainly at least went even. And
yeah.
And that's not okay when there's an OD. He just gets so huge, so fast. He had an under 10-minute Midas, and from there on out, it's just him farming up. He did go for that BKB, like I mentioned, and now he's probably going to go for another int item. Shiva seems really good against the Mirana. I think that's, and as well as the illusions, clear those out. So I think that's probably a good place for him to go.
I think Power Rangers probably could have been a bit more aggressive.
That's a lot of
early
TPs.
On, but yeah, they're rotating a lot of heroes, and they're looking to try to maybe get a fight. There's the glimpse. Astral coming through. There's going to be the primal split. The Panda's going to work right on Steph Style, taking a bit of damage now. E-Skills getting focused down. He's done. That's a huge pickup. They get Steph Style as well. That's a huge 2 kills coming out for Power Rangers. That's exactly what they needed, and that'll put them right back in this game.
Interaction. Did you see that? So he glimpsed. And the glimpse target was here, but he astral himself here. And when he came out of astral, he was here.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
That's really weird interaction.
It's strange, but it's kind of just a bug. But yeah, I mean, 2 heroes dead at 40 minutes in. There probably is buyback, I'm assuming. Yeah, there's plenty of buybacks coming out right now for the Radiant team. They have one, in fact, on both the Treant Protector and on the Outworld Devourer. But they might just give up this Roshan. If they were able to buy back, they could TP to the Tier 2 tower and maybe try to force an engagement. They're not taking it down the quickest, but they need to make a decision now, and it looks like they will just give this Roshan away. Now, with an Aegis on Moon, and the amount of right-click that he does, he's got a Daedalus, and he's going to be going for an MKB as well. If he stays alive, this could be huge for Power Rangers. They might even turn this around. The Brewmaster Ultimate was there on that last time around. He's actually almost got his Sight Device. So these items are starting to come out for Power Rangers. Yes, they've had a really rough mid-game, but the pressure has not been put on by Coast. They haven't found the right pickoffs. They haven't gotten all of the Tier 2 towers, and they did not secure Roche. So Power Rangers find an opportunity, and they're going to try to make something of it.
I think that maybe Roche should have been a bit higher of a priority for them. You already mentioned it, but pretty easily they could have gone for an aggressive pickoff with Batrider, maybe Smoke Gang someone, clear out room to be able to take that Roshan. With OD, you can kill it pretty fast, so maybe a bit of a miss by here from Coast. Not really what we were expecting. Their decision-making has been pretty solid overall. A couple little mistakes here and there, but we'll see if this hurts them as we go further in. I think that Aegis on Mirana is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, because normally you'd like to have a BKB for that Sandy's Eclipse, but now if you get focused down by it, assuming the rest of your team is at least somewhat alive, you could just come right back up, you could stay on the front lines, you could be a bit aggressive, and now if Coast try to push into this, they have to deal with the Aegis and the Scythe now up for the Brewmaster on top of it all, so
I guess the one thing that Coast can do here is go in for a lasso and then, initiate on 8 Mother, though. He's going to get Static Stormed as well. Is he going to make it out? Viper Strike, Time Lapse is back, looks like he's okay for the moment. Where is E-Skills? He's stuck up in the air, trying to make something happen. Steph Styles coming forward, and now E-Skills moves forward, blows up one with the help of the Weaver. Moon able to get a kill, though. Down goes the Viper. He's still alive, still has the Aegis. They have the detection. He's going to die in the fire, as well as to the Miscoil. Is he going to make it out a second time? Hex is up. No, he's not. They lasso him as well, and that's the kind of engagement that Coast need. Down goes J4. He blows up Godlike his 8 Mother, and Cheshire Cat retreats into the base. Huge loss there for Power Rangers, and that might be their shot at the game gone, and a little bit of botched engagement there. They move forward. They don't get the kill on the Weaver just because of this BKB again. How good has this BKB been this game?
It's been huge.
Unbelievably
the fact that he got
good.
It first, it's actually at a 7-second duration. He's rarely used it. So Power Rangers,
every time
like you said,
huge advantage.
It was a botched engagement. They tried to go right on top of that Weaver. I don't know. Their eyes got big. They saw maybe an opportunity, but that opportunity slipped right before their hands. There was a decent amount of right click. The Viper Strike did come through, and E-Skills was up in the air due to that Panda ult for some time, but it didn't matter in the end. 8 Mother was able to run rampant. They didn't get the kill. Had they killed him, well, Coast probably back off, but if they don't, they maybe lose a couple more heroes. It doesn't matter, though. When it's all said and done, Coast pretty much team-wiped Power Rangers, and that is, like you said, that's a huge loss for PR right now. If we look at the gold graph, they're down 14,000 and experience 20,000. So the items are now there for Coast. They've been there for some time. They find a really good counter engagement. Power Rangers, they go for the Desperation Smoke, as many people have been calling it these past couple of weeks. And they're looking for top. Everyone's already off the map, though. They're around that mid lane, essentially. They're probably going to get set for a push mid for Team Coast and try to take down that last Tier 2 tower in that mid lane.
Yeah, and a Reaver now is done for 8 Mother, so that's a huge strength item for him, building up that HP, and now it sits over 2,000. E-Skills has bought himself another Mystic Staff, so presumably this is going to be that Shiva's Guard that I was talking about, and predictable item builds here out of Coast, but, I think they're the appropriate ones, so I don't, can't complain. BOTs, Force, Blink, and BKB for the Batrider. He's picked up that gem from Frigolite, and very standard stuff out of Coast, but their movement is just so good. Step style, dispelling that smoke. Now they're going to initiate on E-Skills. This could be a good target, but a great overgrowth. Trying to get the split off. There it is. He astrals himself. Not able to find a better target. This could be really bad for E-Skills. He BKBs up. He's slowed down. Looks like he is going to go down here. Does not have buyback. Couple hundred gold short. Back goes Sullen. He's going to get Viper Strike. Down he goes. Double killed. So 8 Mother, though, going absolutely ape himself. Going through this fight. Frigolit's still alive as well. Now Moon trying to make something happen. A buyback from Sullen, the Bat Rider. He does have Lasso available. Coming back in. Are they going to actually be able to turn this fight around? 8 Mother running down. Viper Strike used. And that is not going to be enough. Now 8 Mother time lapse moving away. Still does not have a lot of HP. Scythed up. That could be bad. Is he going to die? Yes, he is. Going down to Moon. The Mirana, it's a team wipe. Coast die more than 5 times with those buybacks. They go down. Power Rangers chiseling themselves an opportunity with that YOLO
Coast
smoke.
don't have buyback right now. They can honestly go for a tier 2 tower and then go for high ground here. Coast are like, okay, we just screwed up really badly. They're not going to go for the tier 3, which might be a mistake. They want this tier 1 and tier 2 mid. But this gets Power Rangers pretty much right back into the game. That's a huge engagement. Really well played. They caught out E-Skills. He could not get that Sandy's Eclipse off. He BKB. There was nothing he could do there. Brewmaster Ultimate coming into huge effects to the heck onto 8 Mother at the end of the fight altogether. No lasso being used as well coming up for Solon. They made sure that all the abilities for Coast, they stayed off cooldown. There was nothing they could do about it. They get absolutely team wiped. They pick up a huge tier 1 tower, a huge tier 2 tower, and maybe even a tier 2 tower bottom. As Power Rangers, they have cut the gold lead, but it's still a long ways away for them to get back into this game, I'd say.
This is a step in the right direction for them. They took some initiative there, made something happen on the map, which is something that they really haven't been able to do thus far in the game. So a good move there by Coast. It gets them a huge fight and a team wipe, and now there's an MKB coming up for both the Viper as well as the Mirana. So that and Butterfly are going to be much worse for Weaver. He's still stacking tons of HP, though, so we'll see moving forward. E-Skills can't afford to get jumped on like that.
No, they really can't. I mean, 8 Mother was doing all he could in that engagement, trying to get kills, and he, in fact, he got a double kill really quickly on the supports and the squishier heroes of Power Rangers. But
look at this, Ghost Scepter picked up.
Yeah, that's
J4.
Actually not a surprise at all, really. I mean, when you think about what you have to deal with in this game against E-Skills, against obviously the Weaver, it's just too much to deal with right now. So Power Rangers, they pick up the smart item on their Shadow Demon, I believe it is, and their Disruptor right now has one as well, I believe. So, yeah, they're making sure they stay alive in these fights and these engagements. But now they've got to deal with the Shiva's Guard on top of everything for Outworld Devour. They're going to Nature's Guides up here. They might even go for a smoke. This is the thing. It almost feels like in the early stages of the game, Coast are somewhat questionable. They make a few questionable overextensions, and they lose maybe First Blood, or they give up a double kill to Moon, and then they have really solid mid-game play. It almost feels like Alliance, where they have these fights where they just seem so close to losing these fights, and all of a sudden they come out on top with really solid team play. But now they're making a couple of mistakes and not having buyback for that engagement, which it didn't matter in the end. They didn't get a set of racks gone or lost, but they could have gotten a couple of heroes back into the fight. It just felt like they kind of underperformed in that engagement. So for Power Rangers,
they were definitely not ready to get jumped on there.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, they weren't ready to.
Pretty good against BKB.
That desperation smoke paid off. So Power Rangers, they made the smart decision. If they can, and they're going to do it again. If they can get 2 or 3 more of these, they'll be in a really good spot. But you've got to imagine that Coast is ready. So they're sitting. Frigolit's going to run right to the high ground. He's going to throw up the Observer Ward. Scandal hasn't been spotted yet. He might be the one to initiate. Solon, he's Nature's Guys. It'll break the smoke up. They do now see these heroes on the high ground here. They're going to back away. The right click coming in. That'll be from 8 Mother. Scandal's like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do this now. They'll back away.
They need the element of surprise on their side.
I don't know if they're ever going to get that again. They could keep smoking, but at some point you're going to have to defend your high ground, or you're going to have a fight that goes and you get a fight that's essentially on even terms. So there's still no buyback except for this Brewmaster. Everyone else is not close except I believe he's the only one.
No one else is really even close.
It's ridiculous. At this stage in the game, you'd say, and especially considering how much Chinese Dota we watched, like, save for buyback, guys. Like, get ready to go. If you go down, just jump right back into the fight, especially if you're 8 Mother, because guess what? You are a Weaver that has time lapse. If you die, you're going to just hit your R button, you're back in the fight. He's actually only 150 gold away. A tower here would do the job, or a couple more CS, as long as he doesn't get caught out of position. So,
and this is the kind of fight Coast want. They want to be on the aggressive. They want to make sure that everyone sets up according to how they want to fight, and Sullen is going to help enable that. Down goes the tower, and we're going to see a disengage here by Coast. A little bit of a missed glimpse there, and 4 staff away going to be enough.
And Roche is in about...
Still safe. It's about a minute.
Yeah, Roche on about a minute, 30, 45 seconds roughly. Aegis is going to be a hot point of contention. I don't see Power Rangers just giving that up. They're kind of far away. Coast are going to make their way into the Roche pit. It's not yet respawned, so they'll have to wait a bit here and just head back and farm, essentially. If it had been up, that would have been a huge advantage for them. Power Rangers might make their way over there now. They don't have any vision over at the Roche pit. They do see Solon and 8 Mother over here, so they have to imagine that it's not up just yet. Maybe smoke coming out from J4, but are they really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's actually not surprising to me. Down for 5 minutes, so unless they have, if they have one on them, they don't have one on them, no.
Yeah, so that's pretty bad. I mean, that's the only way they're really able to get in a good fight for them going right now. And Scandal, he is a little bit far out of position. Looks like it's not going to matter in the end. And Coast slow pushing down this bottom lane. They appear to know exactly what's up, though. PR all waiting in the wings. They are not going to walk in that engagement. But our big daddy here, Roshan, he's up.
He's up. He's ready to go. They're ready to fight over this, too. So it comes down to who gets in there first. And PR can actually kind of bait this. They can send somebody in. There's an observer ward for the rating side. They have a nice dire ward here on this cliff that'll scout anybody in that Roche pit, or going into the Roche pit, rather. They can even keep some heroes on the side over here. Moon could get ready to jump in from the side if he needs to. They'll throw up the kinetic field, which actually gives vision, surprisingly enough. And, well, they know he's up. Now the question is, what do Coast do here? And
they're all invis up here. Look at all the invisible. So much invisible here for Team Coast, and it looks like they are a little bit interested in trying to make something happen, but just taking the slow path here, conservative path, and pretty easy for Hordes of Hour to blow up those illusions.
This is a tightrope for both teams, honestly.
I mean, for Power Rangers, if they lose an engagement, game's probably over.
Yeah.
For Coast, it's not the end of the game, but it's a huge blow to their advantage. Double smoke purchased up.
I'd agree with that. The thing is, though, they can actually just... If there weren't those tier 2 towers in the way, they probably could go high ground if they want a huge fight.
It would be much sketchier. But
they could still do that even with the tier 2 towers there is the thing, so...
I mean, they took a team wipe and they had to go kill a tier 1. That's the advantage.
Hex is up. They're going to go right now. There's the Static Storm. Primal Split as well. E-Skill's getting caught out. His maybe ultimate might get dropped. FNG, Ghost Scepter, but he's dead already. Moon getting focused down. He's got buyback. Will he use it? Looks like no. The Primal Split not doing much. They've already killed E-Skills at the very least. Now the Flame Break pushing everybody back. J4 getting absolutely right-clicked down by 8 Mother, who is going ham. Scandal getting caught out of position. He's alone. Cheshire Cat, his ultimate is done. Will they catch him out as well? It looks like yes. They've got really no way to slow him down other than sticking napalm, but the right click should be enough. The True Strike Bash is coming out from that MKB. They're going to get J4. He's about to fall. Cheshire Cat, he's done. That is a team wipe. Power Rangers. Looks like these guys might have just lost the game altogether with that really bad engagement coming out.
Yeah,
Coast, wow.
They invest a lot into killing E-Skills, but in the end, E-Skills was the one who actually killed the Marana. So he did his duty, brought down the glass cannon, and really the only huge source of damage. There's a lasso here on Scandal. He's getting dragged back, and is that going to be enough to kill him? It doesn't look like an 8 Mother moving through here, and now Coast have to disengage from the base. They're going to lose a couple on the way out. Frigolite popping that borrowed time, going to try to TP out. Glimpse back, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So they lose a couple trying to go for the high ground here, but they still win a pretty huge fight. 8 Mother still making it out. 4,000 gold for him. Can almost purchase up that heart and still have buyback. So
Coast are having trouble finishing, and I've seen this in every game I've casted with them. I thought for sure they were going to be able to get that high ground, but then again, E-Skills was down. They needed that right.
There was a lot of buybacks.
The buybacks actually were surprising. At the start of the fight, there was only the Brewmaster and the Marana. I don't know if anybody else bought back. It looks like the Viper did. I didn't think he would have it, but in fact he did. So that's huge. Well, all right, this is it. They want to make sure they try to fight Roshan. They want to make sure they grab this Aegis. It is still, I believe, the second Roche, and with an Aegis, that'll be a huge advantage for either side. 8 Mother's going to run right into everybody. Hex is up. Is he going to live? BKB. Oh, Primal Split. Nice overgrowth. Moon gets disrupted. He's going to work on FNG. He's got a Ghost Scepter. Now there's the glimpse back on Soul, and 8 Mother in trouble now, taking a lot of damage. He's got no time lapse. Nice miscoil mech. He's still alive. Now FNG getting focused down. Everybody on the run for PR Moon. They want to grab this kill. Here comes that Earth Panda. Cheshire Cat can't really get anything done. There's the disruption, the backside. E-Skills gets a kill on Scandal. He's down. No back available for him. He just used it. Cheshire Cat, he's going to be the next to be focused down. But no, he's got the Blink Dagger. J4 running up to the high ground, running to the hills. This is now going to be an Aegis for Coast, and more likely than not for 8 Mother here.
Yeah, moving forward here, they're in a great position. 4 staff in, immediately Gem on the deck, and looks like this is probably going to be 8 Mother's Aegis here. He can just drop this TP scroll, pick that up. Level 25, E-skills, level 24. Great positioning there in that fight. And again, PR, blow their load on 8 Mother and just can't kill him. That's 2 fights in a row. We've seen them try to kill a hero, can't do it. And in the end, it costs them the fight. When you use all their abilities like that and don't kill your target, obviously you're at a huge disadvantage. And then E-skills sort of just waltz in, starts hitting people with his orb, drops down. The ultimate didn't even need that for that last fight. And 8 Mother is just going ham. He has so much damage.
And the thing is, too, like, Frigolite, man, that mech and Miscoil, holy
yeah, that was pretty
crap.
impressive.
That was something else to watch. Like, 8 Mother was at, like, at least less than 100 HP, and probably less than that. So, the fact that he was able to survive Miscoil and then go back into the fight afterwards was pretty impressive. Now here comes the high ground siege. Oh, the creeps are at the base. They're going to go straight for this ranged Rax in this bottom lane. Solon, positioning, lasso, nice glimpse, but he PKPs! Oh man, nice disruption. There's the static storm on top of everything else. Moon getting overgrowth. He's going to leap away. There's the kinetic field, but 8 Mother going to town. There's the Sanity's Eclipse. E-skills drops it down, but is it going to be enough? They're still diving into the well almost. There's going to be the Viper Strike on the backside. Here comes Cheshire Cat. The Brewmaster Split's going to go through. 8 Mother is still a pig, not anymore. They're going to take down the melee Rax, so they'll get at least 1 Rax here. Still taking damage. 8 Mother about to fall, but he's got the Aegis, so no harm done there, at least for the most part. Scandal still chasing after Frigolite, who has borrowed time, by the way. Blink away, Solon on the backside. Still no lasso. He already used it not too long ago. 8 Mother taking a lot of damage. No more time lapse. In fact, he used it already. I'm not sure why.
He time lapse back, but went back from before the Aegis, so he did not get that much HP out of it. He does fall in the end of the Viper. E-skills looking at risk here to die as well. He is going to go down. Moon going to help secure that one. Shadow Demon the one who actually gets it, so it costs them a lot, but Coast do secure 1 building.
That's not even that important. It's a range Rax. That fighting, they dove so far. You just hit the buildings. You have maybe one person going forward, zoning them out, and then you just hit that melee and range Rax, and all of a sudden those buildings are dead, and you've got a set of Rax. Then you back off and you say that's enough. We've done everything we can. So instead, they fought into a primal split. They fought into some decent right click coming out from Mirana, who's still very farmed. She's got a Helm of the Dominator right now and an MKB. They fought into the Viper Strike. They fought into the Static Storm as well. It was just too much. The war of attrition, Coast, they can play aggressively, but it's not smart to stay around there. Cheshire Cat, he's going to head top. They'll force up the buybacks potentially. OD's the first to go, and the second might be that Weaver.
Does not have Sanity's Eclipse, but still has plenty of damage. Solon moving in. Moon is caught up. He might die here again. He's scythed up, trying to make something happen. No, he's going to fall to the OD, and that is no buybacks across the board for anyone. Glancing over at the net worth, it is the Radiant here, clearly in the lead. Still a rather large golden XP advantage for them, despite Power Rangers doing their best to fight back here. It's just not quite working out for them. Good buyback there by E-skills, able to secure that kill on Mirana, and I think it is time for Coast to try to end this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the Mirana was doing there down in that bottom lane, especially after E-skills bought back. He knew he was a target for Lasso. I don't know if he thought he could get out of it, if he could just get away with the leap. He was going to get hexed one way or another if they had gotten that last one, and they did. So now with that Mirana and 63 seconds for her to be alive, they do have Primal Split at the very least. They have this Brewmaster who's done so much work for Power Rangers. This game has been quite close despite, obviously, the advantage going for Coast the entire way through. 55 minutes in, but it's not lacking for action, so it's been a good one to watch.
BOTs for E-skills as well as the Bat Rider here, so both those heroes going to be highly mobile in the later parts of the game here as we start to close in on 60 minutes, and Coast finally looking to break the base here. I think they're going to go for the melee racks this time. Yeah, they're not going to make the same mistake as they did last time. They gave away a lot of advantage by doing that. E-skills is going to get a lot of spells used on him. Turns on the BKB, turning back around. Cheshire Cat getting dragged back. Is he going to get the split off? No, doesn't look like it. Still not yet. Oh, he does get it off. It does. Is that going to do enough here? Coast are so much HP. It seems like they can't kill anyone. E-skills is even still alive, and he is the lowest HP on the team, and everyone from Power Rangers just falling back. With FNG going down, Mirana not up, they just do not have the damage to kill these heroes.
Yeah, they're going to back off now. Coast make the smart play. They've realized what happens if they stay too long sometimes. And with Mirana just respawning, they say, listen, that's enough. We got the melee racks. In fact, put some damage on the range as well. Down bottom, that melee rack still standing pretty strong here for the most part. But yeah, you talked about that Brewmaster ultimate. It did not really enough. The Viper and the Brewmaster together, they don't really do much. They don't have the right click from the Marana, who is really the right click. I mean, she's got plus 222 damage right now on top of the Daedalus crits, the MKB strikes.
She's it, man. She is the damage powerhouse for Power Rangers, and that's not good at this point when there's scythes coming out from teams. On the other side, Coast have 3 pretty big damage dealers, mostly 2, the OD, the Weaver, but Batrider even does a lot of damage at this point. With Firefly, the AoE is noticeable. Yeah. You get that napalm stacks up there, and
well, you should go the demon build, the
refresher
orb demon build, which is actually pretty legit. I talked to a couple of people about it, and yes, it's a bit BM, but you've got 2 lassos going, and
you can grab. You know what? I didn't actually know. You can refresh, and you actually drag both people at once.
Yeah, I heard that. So I have yet to test it, but
I haven't seen it, but that's what Fear was saying.
I guess a likelier choice would be Pipe if they don't have it right now for Coast. I don't know if they. It looks like they don't.
Yeah, I don't think he. I don't know
Pipe's
if that
probably
really
fine.
Too much.
Maybe Mom as well. Pipe and Mom, I think, are your 2 best choices for a Batrider at this point in the game. Refresher if you're feeling a bit spicy, but.
I mean, I think that Mom is probably a little bit better. I don't love either of those because Pipe at this point is not a huge deal. It helps a little bit with the Brewmaster ulti, but most of the damage coming through is the Marana, and you saw like if Marana's not there, then they just do not have enough physical damage to bring down the team. So. BKBs are starting to tick down, though. This is a worry for both teams. OD maybe going to look to invest in a new one soon. He does have a little over 2,000 gold buyback. It does cost him about 1,900 at this point. Still off cooldown, though, for another 2 minutes. So we'll see if new BKBs get purchased up here as we are heading into probably one of the longest games of the EU qualifiers.
Yeah, and just in general as well. Obviously not as long as the 160-minute marathon that you had, but 5-second BKB duration for E-skills is like, that's really getting down there. So I think the next item for him has to be a new BKB. There's a second BKB actually on the Weaver, so he's going to go ahead and just drop that first one in base, I'd imagine. So smart to pick up that second BKB like you talked about. With that, they have a long time for Ape Mother to just run rampant in these fights and go to town on heroes that, even if they have a Ghost Scepter, they're still going to get Shikuchi'd, and eventually those Ghost Scepters are going to go away. Power Rangers, they're sitting up on the high ground. You drew the line. Now they're going to look for a Moonlight Shadow engagement. They're going to try to find something here. Again, the gem is probably still up in Solon, I believe. Yeah, there it is. So Power Rangers are going to make a beeline straight for the trees right now, and this could end
Moonlight Shadow is running out. They need to be very careful here. They're just going to place down the ward and coast. Dude, these guys have got some map packs or something.
They've got game sense.
It's ridiculous. They have amazing game sense for a pretty new team, and
like I said, they remind me a bit of the Alliance. I just think Alliance have that kind of like team play style. They know what's going on.
Swedish water, man.
It must be.
What do they put in that water to promote teamwork?
I don't know.
Some of it here in the U.S.
But they certainly know that above all else is really winning them games at this stage. Again, there's been some flaws in Coast play for the most part, but they've looked really solid. Power Rangers are a team that they've been around for a long time, and they've got a bit of teamwork as well. But this draft has not been conducive to their winning environment right now. So they've got 2 buildings down, not a set of racks, but 1 building on each. And it's going to start getting difficult if they start taking those other buildings. Roshan, again, we're going to find out how long this is. Looks like it's not going to be full duration. Rather, it's just 2 minutes from now. So 10-minute Roshan respawn timer. Aegis and Cheese now should be available, as this is the 3rd Rosh, which will be very important for, well, both Ape Mother, maybe even E-Skills, and maybe even this Batrider if he wants to be partaking in the Cheese.
Yeah, I'm not sure E-Skills actually, I don't really know if you have a slot at this point.
Sell Midas.
Yeah, you can sell Midas for Cheese. I guess that's worth it. I get so greedy. I'm like, no, this is I earned this Midas, and I'm going to keep it.
You're farming so much anyways, you don't need the Midas at this point. He's also
that.
level 25, there's no point.
That's definitely the correct choice. Sell the Midas, maybe pick up the Cheese if he wants to go for his last item here. He does, I think, need a new BKB. That should be at the top of his shopping list.
Yeah, I mean, for pretty much anybody in this game, BKBs are very important. If it's down to like 5 or 4 second duration, you got to think about doing
poor FNG is just not even been able to consider buying an Axe this game. What a powerful item, and that is Undisruptor, and he's just not able to.
They've given a lot of the farm actually to Scandal, who has an MKB now and a Manta style, but is he really contributing that much in these fights? And I don't know.
Well, this could be a bad fight for Coast if he gets axed. No, it looks like they're okay.
I feel like maybe Viper has the potential to do some damage at these engagements with Manta style, but like
Batrider could buy a Lincoln's here actually and put it on the Weaver.
That would be actually pretty huge.
That could be good, I think.
Yeah, Lincoln's would be a smart pickup. But
the thing is, again, it stops the Hex initiation.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I keep forgetting that there is that Hex.
That's really the only way that Coast loses these team fights is Cheshire Cat goes in and hexes the Weaver or hexes E-skills, and then they die. That's really the only way they've lost those engagements. So
this is like one of the first smokes I've seen out of Coast. I don't know where they're going, but they want to go somewhere. They're going right into the enemy team jungle. They're not going to find anybody. So
yeah, smokes by both teams. Sometimes you have very opposite routes, both going for a very similar strategy here.
2 ships in the night or something.
Yeah, 2 ships in the night, and Coast gonna sit right here patiently. This does look like Alliance. You're right, man. They are so grouped up. Such.
What? That's 10-second BKB charge down now. If they knew about that too, man, they would be jumping on that base.
Oh my god. Sometimes that just happens, and
sometimes you fat finger the button. Sometimes you're
just
trying to touch your teammates, and then you thought you hit that enter button firsthand, but you didn't, and then you hit the button anyways. So,
Roche is
oh
up.
gosh, look at this patience. Coast are ready to go, man. They're ready to jump right on. There's no BKB for Moon for not 46 seconds. If they went now, and they're going to, the Firefly's going to go. The lasso, no, he misses FG. There's the 4-staff. Nice Ghost Scepter. Good disruption as well. They need to back off from this. There's no way Power Rangers can win this fight. Nice hex up. Can they get the kill on the Brewmaster? He's going to get the split off first. Now Scannel getting very low. The Leech Seed, the Overgrowth going as well. He's still alive. He's going to make it out. It looks like everybody is so freaking low except for Moon from Power Rangers. Somebody's up in the air right now. Steph Style is going to fall here. They're actually turning this fight around. It's still going in Coast's way, but now that Rider falls next. Frigolite, bar time is up, and now Coast have to back away. They needed to kill that Panda beforehand. That's without the BKB on the Mirana. They did so much work. Scandal outputting that damage along with Moon. They get 3 quick kills, again, without the BKB of the Mirana.
I have no idea what I initiated on that Disruptor. That made no sense. You just need to initiate on Moon, man. He is like the only one that does anything on Power Rangers team at this point as far as team fight damage goes, and he was able to just sit in the back and string up that bow and just keep firing arrows, and looks like, wow, Power Rangers are going to go right into Roche. There's a ton of buybacks. Everyone has buyback for the Radiant. Are they going to try to stop this? Doesn't look like it. Are Coast going to let this one slide out of their hands?
If Moon gets this Aegis and somebody else gets the cheese here, or if anybody really for Power Rangers gets this game could go on for a very long time. Because now you're going to have buybacks. Power Rangers might farm up a bit and then go for a push in and try to find a fight. This game is actually now very even. Like, after that last engagement, Roshan and Aegis and Cheese are very important here. With the amount of damage you do, the fight can go in any direction. Of course, the Brewmaster being so versatile in these fights because the BKBs are getting down low. E-Skills still has not picked up a new one despite having 4,700 gold in the bank. He needs to get buyback first, then go ahead and get his BKB. So he still has plenty of money, obviously. If he wants to buy it and just farm up that buyback money, he certainly could. But Brewmaster going to work in that fight, throwing up heroes in the air.
Cheese?
Might be on the courier, actually. It's not. I don't know. Somebody picked it up, maybe. I'm pretty sure that was the third Roche. Maybe it wasn't. I could have sworn it was.
Pretty sure it was.
Well, somebody had cheese and...
well, did they kill it?
It's not in base. They could have killed it. I didn't see it.
It had to be the third Roche, right? We're at 65 minutes.
I mean, I'm
all right, maybe it wasn't, and we're just insane. But...
there was one Aegis that Power Rangers got early on in the game, right? Then Coast got one.
Yeah. And
then that was the third for Power Rangers. So
I think.
Okay, well, let's listen. Let's get off the topic.
All right. Regardless, if anyone knows, if anyone has seen this cheese, please call 1-800-MERLINI and tell us where the hell it went. But E-Skills looking to create some defense here for his teammates. He still does have this Midas. He is going Refresher.
Who?
E-Skills. I think he's saving for Refresher.
That's a bold...
that feels YOLO. I think it's what he's doing.
That's a bold call.
Maybe not.
I'm pretty sure he's saving up for buyback and then buying...
But I guess he could be saving up for buyback BKB, but I feel it in my loins.
He's going to buy it now if he's going to buy something.
No, I'm right!
You're right.
Easy game! He's buying the Refresher. This is so fucking YOLO, and I love it. I would not call this the correct decision, but I would call it the right decision, if that makes any sense at all.
I don't know.
My god, me and E-Skills, I got the soul read.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I fucking love this dude.
From a spectator standpoint, that's the best thing I've ever seen.
It's really good on this hero.
From a logical analyst standpoint,
it's awful. He should totally be buying a new BKB, but I love it.
You're gonna pop the BKB for Static Storm, and then you're like, oh wait, I don't have any BKB left for this Brewmaster Panda Ultimate. That's a bit of an issue. I guess I'm gonna be up in the air for about 20 seconds. So that's. Yeah, you have burst potential. You'll kill it. The thing is,
with this build, if Coast get the engagement they want, the game is just over.
Yeah,
it is over. If he drops 2 ultimates, the game is over.
If he finds out some heroes, he gets 2 Sanities Eclipse. And actually, he's not too far away from not only the Pressure Orb, but another BKB too, so...
Well, he won't have buyback.
No, he won't have buyback. And now they're going to TP back home. They realize that Power Rangers are starting to pressure their own base, so... Power Rangers, we kind of gave Scandal the short stick, but he's got a BKB now. He's got some items, man. He's going for that right-click Viper, which many people are like, I don't know how I feel about that, including pretty much everybody here at the house. Fear's not a fan of it. Fog's not a fan of it. I'm pretty sure Merlini's not a fan of it. Nobody likes that hero, and nobody likes the item choice of going right-click. So he's kind of proving some people wrong, potentially. Power Rangers are mounting a defense. They're going to have to head back home, make sure this ranged, or rather melee racks down bottom stays safe. But at some point in time, we're getting to 67 minutes in. Man, I didn't think it was possible to have like another 116-minute game.
This game's not going to go that way.
It's probably not going
to. With that
to,
item choice from E-Skills, they're either going to win the fight and the game's going to be over, or they're going to lose the fight and the game's going to be over.
To be fair, though, man, like, I don't know, buybacks plus Aegis plus whatever else they've got in the bank.
Well, I guess, yeah.
This could go over 80. This could easily go over 80. I'm sure everyone's waiting on us right now, too. Goodness
Sorry,
gracious.
boys. I guess I'm just cursed. Every single game over any reasonable amount of time has been in my steed this past week, but
well, it's
been an exciting one though.
Yeah, I mean, 33 to 29, decent amount of kills on the board. It's kind of, there have been points where it's lulled in the action, but for the most part, it's been exciting. Coast have again had trouble finishing this game off, and I think that's the biggest issue for them. They just cannot seem to grasp a finish here for
E-Skills. They need to figure out a way to finish this one out, and E-Skills is very close to having enough for this refresher. And still having buyback. And what is this little chicken buying? It's going to be a satanic for the Marana.
She's now entering the realm of Godzilla.
In the 6-slot world.
We talk so much about Luna being huge and how do you deal with that. Marana is almost as effective. If only she had glaives as well to bounce between buildings and heroes to kill them in about 5 seconds flat. No such luck for the Marana. Now they just need to make sure she stays alive. With the Satanic, with the BKB, with whatever else they have at their fingertips, and obviously the 4-second BKB from E-Skills, this actually might be enough for Moon to carry this game. And this is. Let me say that this is a desperate game for Power Rangers. They're 3-3 right now. A loss would put them into a very poor position. Coast are sitting about, I believe, either 3-2 or 4-2. So they can afford a loss. Would they like one? Absolutely not. It would probably put them into some sort of tiebreaker, depending on how the rest of the game goes. But
I'm ready. I'm ready for the E-Skills Double Sanities Eclipse. He has got that online. He has more than enough for buyback as well. And, well, we'll see how this next fight goes for PR. Coast have done a good job of waiting out this Aegis, though.
They absolutely have. But then again, that's up to...
Speaking of which, did anyone in chat figure out what the hell happened?
I'm pretty sure it hasn't happened yet. I'm pretty sure also that Power Rangers had to defend bottom and Coast. Well, that was a really smart play from Coast, but for the most part, Power Rangers have had the chance to go for high ground if they wanted to. Reclaim is now up in 4 seconds. We might just see a farming war until another Aegis is ready to go. So
apparently, maybe they ate the cheese.
But why? They were all full health.
Viper used the cheese.
They were all full health.
All right, thank you, chat.
Maybe not. I guess I'm wrong. Yep. Well. Either way, I guess they're getting something out of it rather than just, keeping it in the stash.
Viper ate the cheese instantly. All right. Well,
good stuff.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if that was the correct decision, but either way.
Hungry Vipers. Oh, man.
Greg, it's 70 minutes in. Let's own up. Let's get ready to go here. We're in the
uber late game now.
Yeah, we are.
Well, Power Rangers grouping up, staying as 5. They don't want to give anything out here. They need to stay tight. They know that both teams have huge pickoff potential at this point, so they are going to be formed up as 5 for both of these teams. Not really looking to give away a pickoff because that could very easily spell the end for either team. There's a lot of buybacks, and oh God, baby,
he did it, man.
Fuck buyback, secure Static Storm.
He did it, dude. That's actually like the biggest pickup probably this game.
Yeah, that's pretty huge, and that makes everything that E-Skills has bought just potentially nothing. He can't BKB out of the Static Storm, and he has been completely okay with sitting in it. If this Aghanims catches them by surprise, it could very easily force out.
They have no idea that
buybacks
he has
from
it either. They have no idea that he has it. If they go into like if Power Rangers fight here and they go uphill and they get a somewhat decent
Where did
engagement,
he find 4,000 gold? Did he set up a trust fund while we weren't paying attention?
I mean, you're going to get 4,000 gold if you sit around and do nothing the entire game.
That's
I
true.
mean, like, not that he's done nothing, but like, you're going to get gold through just being alive for FNG. And I'm sure they gave him at least a little bit of room to farm. He's got 74 last hits, for God's sake. So they gave him at least some CS. They didn't just say, listen, you're on your own here. They decided that that was a very important item to build. And they're absolutely right. And we didn't really talk about it because we didn't think he was going to get there. But at 71 minutes in, you're definitely going to get there if you're a freaking disruptor. So now they're going to go for this pressure. And there's a nice little push wave going top. But this is where Coast gets... Oh, God, the initiation. Sanities! The Sanities! Oh, my God, there's already one dead. That disruptor didn't even get his ult off. Now they're going to grab two. Double kill for E-Skills. My goodness, J4 getting caught up. The right click from 8 Mother is there. BKB up for Moon. He's backing the heck out of there. Their Brewmaster ultimate. Guess what? The Earth Panda is the last one alive. He actually might fall here as I'm lagging just a bit. But the right click will do the job. Double kill for 8 Mother. The good news is everyone has buyback.
Refresher, man. What a fucking item on this hero.
Jesus.
He walks forward, ends the fight, kills Disruptor.
Wow.
And you know what?
That escalated quickly.
That Actims isn't going to do anything if you just get blown up before the fight even
He's
starts.
He's like
they were,
looking up.
dude, and I'm not really sure what PR expected. They were all just sitting there. He BKBs, 4 staffs forward. Great initiation by E-Skills, not letting Power Rangers get the drop on them.
They
That was
thought
an
they were just
amazing
going to
fight.
sit in their base and wait for Power Rangers to come to them, or rather, Coast to come, or Coast to just kind of turtle up, and Power Rangers would go into the base eventually and look for an initiation. But that wasn't the case. Like that Disruptor's like looking up at the high ground. He's like, "Oh, I wonder when it's going to be my time." And then all of a sudden, this guy bearing over him just throws down this massive, huge energy wave and just obliterates
And that
his
was
face.
an unbelievably great time for E-Skills to show that refresher, use it to the full potential, and no buybacks yet, as they are going to take down.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
No!
Oh, they're going to
That's
turn
so
this
bad.
around. E-Skills getting glimpsed back. Moon is hexed up. He is still alive. Without Hex, it's going to be very hard to kill him with that Satanic.
They can turn on this, but no, they're backing off.
I think they need another Hex. Maybe like Frigley can get one eventually. Should maybe like think about selling this mech at this point.
Yeah, that might be an okay idea. I don't know if they really need another one. I feel like if they just do the same thing they just did, they probably win the game. That's the elements of surprise is probably gone. I don't know if they actually saw the OD get the refresher, but
Glory, the simultaneous cooldown here. He's gonna have the double.
well, I was
ulti in
questioning it,
48
man,
seconds.
but looks like
that
they were
item
right
is
about
so
it.
kick-ass on this hero. It's so fun too. Just lets you. If the fight goes your way, it goes your way in a huge way. And well, we saw 4 heroes die just for nothing there. So great fight by Coast, and we'll see if it's enough to close out the game here, as this is going to be a long Roshan, almost full duration.
Actually, it was full duration, but it's about to respawn nonetheless. So
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Power Rangers are
there's no
trying to
timer
position
there.
and get themselves ready for it. Coast, they don't seem too upset or worried about it. I don't know. I feel like they should be in a better position to kind of try to contest this Roshan, but they're all kind of sitting back.
I think they're probably of the opinion if they go for Roche, we'll kill their base. But they think they're getting ganked right now.
That's not what's happening, clearly. But buybacks on the side of Coast, they all have them. Moon's the only one on the side of Power Rangers, which might be enough, actually. He's not going to get much more farm than this. You have your BKB, you've got your Mansa, you've got your Daedalus, and your Satanic. You might even just get rid of your Mansa style and go for another item altogether. I don't know if that's the case, though.
We'll see where E-Skills goes from here. I think at this point you probably need a new BKB. 4 staff's like just ridiculous on this hero. I don't even think you sell it. Like the initiation potential it gives you is outrageous. Maybe once your supports can afford to have them, but I just really like Force Staff on this hero, and I'm
Force is fine.
always
You can
very
keep Force.
very sad to sell it. But he's got almost 6k gold, so I think he is going to be looking at that new BKB.
I mean, that's the only item that E-Skills can really get now. And just replace the old one, get the new one, and go from there. They're going to go for Roshan for Power Rangers, but guess what? Your base is now under siege. Your last set of racks, which you desperately need to win this game, they've got to back off and defend this. I think they know that right now. They're going to forward it up. Sitting up here in the high ground, they're waiting.
Coast do not seem to know that they're rushing right now.
No, they know. I just think they feel like they're going to TP back and they're going to try to get the jump on them is probably the case. But
I
it
mean,
looks like
someone
no,
could be hitting
all
the
right.
tower right now.
Well, never mind. Roshan's going to go down, and it's actually going to give an Aegis and a Cheese now. Viper will pick up the Aegis. The Cheese will go to somebody. The Tier 3 tower is going to fall. Ape Mother is going to try to go ahead and grab this last set of racks. He, in fact, has now a Chrysalis on him. The game's lagging a bit, but it looks like he's going to just Shikuchi out of there. And now, I think you were right. They're going to glimpse, though. BKB force in. E-Skills is going to try to drop the hammer. There's one. There's two. One dead already. Looks like Scandal's going to be the second. He has the Aegis. Cheshire Cat coming in. He's going to try to throw up this Primal Split and will. The right click's coming out on Moon. Frigolite, though, taking a bit of damage. His borrow time is up. He's up in the air. Ape Mother, he's backing off. He doesn't want to deal with that Brewmaster right now. The right click's coming through. E-Skill's going to force over to the other side of the chasm. The rock flying through from Frigolite doesn't matter. Ape Mother now about to turn on this. The Brewmaster ultimate is about done. Up in the air still is Ape Mother. Now it's their time to shine. Coast are looking to maybe reinitiate here. They've wasted the Aegis. I'm sure there still might be a cheese somewhere. There isn't a cheese.
Brewmaster used the cheese.
There's no ultimate.
Aegis was used. He already primal split. Coast. Ape Mother just has to be chomping at the bit here to go in this game, as this Weaver does not care about cooldowns. Still has his time lapse, and I think we've reached the end of a very good game, and a very important game at that. And Coast looking like they're probably going to be victorious, as in goes E-Skills. He wants to close this game out with a bang. There's a lasso as well on Cheshire Cat. He goes down. In the end, Moon trying to make something happen. There's an Astral Imprisonment. I'm pretty sure the OD put himself out. Yes, he has. Coming back now, Moon trying to bring this game back. Down goes E-Skills. Ape Mother, though, just putting out so much damage. And down goes the Rax. And while there's still one more building left, the last melee barracks, and E-Skills buys back. Gonna go finish this game himself if he has to. Gets Glimpse back, and well, he astrals himself again, so he's gonna end up over here. That is just the weirdest interaction ever.
Oh god, Moon, don't get caught out. He does have buyback if he falls, but Ape Mother going ham. He's gonna grab the kill. Immediate buyback. FNG will have to use the Ghost Scepter. Time lapse out. You've got to command
Kill
PR. They're still defending this.
Kill the Rax.
Step Style is gonna back off. They don't want to go for this. Power Rangers are hanging on desperately by a thread.
Man, they need to kill this building.
I don't
the
think
creeps
they
are
can
going to do
anymore.
their best.
They don't want to go for it, man. And that's 78 minutes in. Like I said, we might see an 80-minute game. We're getting close to it. Assault Curiosity.
There we go. Finally, new BKB by E-Skills. He has had some sense. His girlfriend gave him a call, reprimanded him for buying that refresher, and then made him buy that BKB.
Were you the girlfriend, or
I don't know, man. I'm a huge supporter of refresher.
That
was man. That was hilarious. Like, I think he's going to go for a refresher. No, he's not, and then he buys it. What a great item on that hero, and it's already proved its worth, and he has had some pretty aggressive initiations. That force over here, and he's like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to go for it, and then he force stabs back over here, and that was some great force stab usage.
Ballsy play from the E-Skills, and Daedalus now done for a Weaver. I don't really know what else you can ask for. He's got Heart, he's got his BKB, he's got the MKB, the Butterfly, and now the Daedalus to be completed as well. He had another item that he sold for that Daedalus spot, and I can't quite remember what it was. I'm drawing a blank, but I'm sure it was something rather important. Either way, Coast have looked so solid. They've been in a position a couple of times this game where like they might have a bit of a throw, but they never felt like they were in a position to lose it, except for maybe that team wipe top not too long ago. The game's not over yet. It still comes down to this last engagement. Obviously, no buybacks for the Power Rangers. If one of them die, one of the big cores, I should say, like
Moon dies immediately. I don't know if there's any way that Power Rangers can win this fight, and Solon doing what Solon does, coming back, grabs the Shadow Demon, and there's the Static Storm, but E-Skills already has his BKB up, uses one ultimate in the refresher, not going to use the second one yet. Ape Mother doing the damage, Overgrowth as well, Moon stuck, and I don't think he's going to have anything left here. Down he goes, Scandal trying to make something happen. There's the second Sanity's Eclipse, Cheshire Cat running away. Finally, the primal split, but to what ends, as the rest of his team is basically already dead. Frigolite's up in the air. Scandal dies, buys back, somehow gets that gold for himself, and comes back into the fight. Gonna try to make something happen. Another BKB usage by E-Skills, blown up. Scandal is gone, and that's the Megas, and with it is gonna be the game, and what a game it was. Coast versus Power Rangers. We were saying it was an important one. Both teams clearly playing it as such an important game, and in the end, Team Coast, the Monomaniacs, as they were previously known, are able to take it in 80 minutes with this wonderful, wonderful refresher.
That was a heck of a game, guys. That was only the first one of the night. Yeah, you could say that we did the Mars TV tournament. That was a bit earlier, but for the first game of day 2 to start off like that, that's damn impressive. So, guys, it's been a pleasure here for us right now. We still have a couple more games coming up. In fact, I believe the next one coming up on the list, if I can... Well,
MYM versus Mouse.
Yeah, so that's actually another pretty big game there. MYM not performing up to the best of their ability. Mouse Sports have gone through and crushed every single opponent they have faced. But that game, man, that was something else, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that was one hell of a game, and really happy to see Coast take that one in the end. And, well, they did it, man. That was a long game. To bring games that late is always super risky. So really pretty sketchy there, but it ends up being okay for them. And we're going to be back in a couple minutes here with Mouse versus MYM. Everyone is filtering into the lobby, but thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in just a couple of minutes.